And we are live with the Blind Wave podcast every Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at twitch.tv/Blind Wave. Today is a big day.
Hello.
Today is a huge day.
Yep.
Today's been a busy day.
This week's been a busy week.
It's been one of the craziest weeks / years of Blind Wave.
Yep.
Anyway, so how's everybody doing there in Chatland and watching this later on YouTube? I can see people in chat, but I can't see those other people on YouTube.
You can't see
So
people on YouTube?
I can't.
make sure, if you want to, you can interact with us at every Thursday at 3 p.m. At twitch.tv/blindwave, you people. But yeah, so today we launched a couple new tiers on Patreon and moved things around and
A redesign.
a redesign.
2020 has been the year of the remakes.
Before we get into too much stuff, too, if you guys do have any major questions,
Yes.
we'll be answering as much as we can later on in the podcast. If you have any specific questions about website stuff and all that, we'll direct you to that kind of stuff here soon.
Yeah,
too.
go ahead and claim the questions through Twitch. In the lower left-hand corner, there should be like a bubble-looking icon. You can ask questions through there, and we'll get to those as the podcast goes on,
Yes.
because we're sure there's a lot of them.
So, what all did we launch today?
Oh man, so so today, October 1st, we changed up our Patreon to primarily it's to make it more accessible for more people. We do have a video up on our main channel talking about it, and there will be another video at some point here on our Patreon page getting into the nitty-gritty details and stuff of exactly how everything works. But yeah,
It's also to benefit some people that have been giving more than what our max tier was.
that was the main thing.
With the exception of sponsors.
Yeah.
We wanted to have something up higher, too,
Yeah.
because we had several people that were already giving us... They were already supporting more than $10.
Yeah, I mean,
So
randomly
like,
they
what-
would have we'd have 11, 12, 22, $26 pledges, but they're not getting anything for that, you know? And we really appreciate it, and honestly, that's how we can do what we do every single day. But we, what can we do to make that better? And
Give back to those people
yeah,
who've been
and the
going
answer
above
was
and
being
beyond.
able to develop some kind of earlier access for them. So...
Yeah, it was all on a whim. Like, we started working on this yesterday.
All right, I think it's the most interesting part of this this day today, because this day ends what feels like and what is at least a 10-month journey, because we decided we were going to do this way long time ago.
Yeah.
So as you guys know, when COVID hit, we still had content coming out. That was because we had recorded 4 or 5 extra episodes of most things. We just hadn't done the early access legwork yet.
We hadn't pulled the trigger on releasing it.
So suddenly we have to be stuck at home, and we have to have time to develop a way to be able to record more stuff. But we burned through what would be early access, literally at the beginning of the shutdown. When was that?
March?
March?
March, somewhere in
was-
there.
yeah.
I think we were looking to launch in April, and the shutdown occurred in March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think is what happened.
Like, the way that we do our recording schedule is like we're pretty filled throughout the week, and then we would do instead of 1 Dexter this week, we'll do 2 Dexter, and then this next week we'll do 2 Chuck. This next week we'll do 2 of this, and then by that, eventually we get to the point where we're like 4 or 5 ahead across the board, and then we just burn through that. So then we had to slowly build it back up. And all right, we're gonna do it. And then what happened next?
Calvin got sick.
Calvin
Yeah.
got sick.
I know Eric took a trip.
I had to
Calvin
leave.
took a trip.
Yeah,
We
Calvin
both
had
had
to
some
leave.
take up of that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Then Calvin got sick and was gone, so that took up some more of it too.
Yeah.
There's just been a lot of back and forth of building it up, and then we lose some, and then we got to try to build back up a little bit more. But we were looking to launch it in April, which I think would have been our 5-year mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
There's
then
been-
it's just something would happen due to the craziness that is 2020, and the year's not over yet. We still got some craziness to get through. But due to the crazy 2020, we just kept having to push back and push back and push back, and then it got to the point where guys, we really should do this, because it was starting to get pretty weary when it was man, I don't feel like we have a whole lot of shows right now, but we're recording so much because we keep trying to get this buffer back. So we're all right, from here until October 1st, pretty much We go. We stay late. We come in early. Me and Aaron have been coming on the weekends every day for a month.
At
3
least
weeks,
3 weeks for
you know?
sure. Maybe 4, because Harley Quinn
Doing
we have
stuff
to
with
film
Melanie. Yeah.
but we needed to get this big buffer up as well. So that was like, we got to film a whole bunch during a weekend just to try to get that.
Yeah.
And then they're also coming out, and then we're also trying to get some other stuff going, like we have Lost coming out.
We have
This
Lost coming
Saturday.
out. I hope people that are excited for Lost understand that tomorrow, the first episode of Lost goes up on YouTube, which means you can watch up to episode 5's reaction if you're on the Foresight tier. Yeah. So that's 5 reactions of Lost, and they're so good. I've been watching them as Lano has delivered. And we should say too, before we go on, our editors kicked ass because we told them about a month ago. Or 5 months.
No, I was doing 5 episodes.
Oh yeah, 5
Not you.
episodes of Lost. Yeah, you're beginning 5 episodes of Lost. It's gonna be awesome. I'm the biggest Lost
Some people
fan.
were like 4, and then wait, 5.
So you'll be able to see those literally tomorrow.
But yeah, sometime in, when was it? August, September, sometime end of August or
It's
so.
about 6 weeks ago. 5 weeks ago, maybe. We told the editors what we were doing, and they
5
had
weeks
seen,
ago.
obviously, that we would get stuff delivered early, But we told them about 5 weeks ago, hey, we need to try to get into a crunch and get these done. And every single one of them went up to the plate and delivered. And
Despite
down to
wrench
the
of
wire.
Tom being sick.
Yeah, exactly. But down to the wire for some of them. But thank you so much to our editors who was able to let us do this. And finally, now I feel this huge sense of relief to one, be able to roll out this planning we've done for what feels like years, and two, be able to have not this absolutely insane schedule that we've been having the last 6 months or whatever. And on top of that insane schedule, you'll still get those comments of like, we want more, And I'm like, you don't even understand why it's so hard to do what we're doing. So, anyway, thank you to our editors, and obviously, this is a big thank you and appreciation for the people that support us at Patreon.
Yeah.
Because if you are a current patron right now, if you don't change anything, you're just getting more.
Yep.
Yeah. Every
Which-
tier has like something a little
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Now with that too, a lot of the things that we're changing is going to be also how things are posted on Patreon, because in the past we've just been putting links up and the videos on Patreon themselves.
Yeah.
But the way that would be if we did it now, especially today, would be everyone would just be getting like tens.
Like
Today would be like 50
40
plus updates, like
Yeah.
notifications.
Yeah.
On a regular day, you're probably gonna get like tens of updates. You know, like it would be like, well, here's my
Yeah.
reward, but then here's the last tier's reward, and here's the full length reward. You know,
Sure.
it would just be trickling down. So we're gonna be doing a single post to offer. Here's the links to all
Yep.
those rewards, and since some things have to be on the website to begin with, whether it's like copyrighted stuff, a lot of the full length stuff we have to do through the website and everything too. Since already things have to be there, we're just going to be putting links for everything for our website.
Yeah.
With that, we've also been trying to update and make changes with that. One of which I believe is already implemented now, were the previous and next buttons that were there before that would just take you to
What was posted around then.
what was uploaded around that time will now only work towards what you're currently watching. So if you're watching an episode of Clone Wars,
Yeah.
it will take you to the previous episode of Clone Wars or the next episode of Clone Wars. So you don't have to like back out and search for Clone Wars and find it
Yeah.
all over again. You can just go to next. So we're trying to make changes like that to make it better and make it work easier for you guys instead of it being complicated or anything.
Yeah.
So we're looking for more things like that to change up. There's also a comment section below that we've moved up a bit so it's easier to be accessed, so that each web page that has whatever the content is, like Clone Wars Episode 6, you
Sure.
can now type up a comment there, because there won't be the comments on Patreon the same way, because that's going to have a list
It's
of
just
like
going to be one post, yeah.
4 shows or something at one time.
Like
So-
on Thursdays, Cobra Kai, Chuck, and Clone Wars all released on the same day. All of those rewards will be in that same post. Then you just click over to the website and you can put a comment there.
Yes. So you guys will still be able to comment about what's going on right then and have some chatting that way. There's also new tiers on our Discord
Yeah.
that connect with the tiers on Patreon. So if you are a Fortnite rider, you'll be able to join the Fortnite Early Access channel, as well as the Uber Access channel, and talking all of those for what's currently going on too. But you won't have access to the Foresight channel. That will be for the Foresight people. So there'll be a few channels added in, and they're actually already added in. A lot of the weight that we have right now is Patreon updating. Some charges are going through slowly.
The first of the month is always really
Patreon
bad
always
for
struggles
Patreon.
on the first day of the month. So, yeah, if you're having issues, give it 24, 48 hours. If you're still having issues, then, contact us on Patreon. Is the best way to do it. You can hit us up on Discord as well.
But we also, it was important to us to try to launch this on the first of the month so that, no one feels like, we also tried to make it so that no one would feel this way anyway, but no one feels like they're, being taken advantage of because we're changing something that they're already committed to paying for or to supporting.
Patreon is going to be renewing the first of every month. So if you pledge for the first time on the 28th of the month, you're going to be getting that a few days later of a new charge for the first. So we were like, well, we want to launch it on the first. That way there are no you launch this on the 30th, and now I got to pay again a day later. So we want to make sure we didn't have
if you decide that that you want to upgrade, you will only get charged for the upgrade. So if you came into this month at $5 and you decided, well, I really want to be at $15, it will only charge you the $10 difference.
Yes.
So keep that in mind as well.
So, those are some of the major changes and major hiccups I think that we've been seeing.
Yeah.
A lot of it's kind of like, well, wait, Patreon should take an effect for your charge so that then you have access to the website of everything. And then also the Discord roles have been taking a while for the bot to update and check out those. So they should happen soonish.
Yeah.
It's just been taking a little while.
Yeah. The last 3 days, I think, I did nothing but work on that post that's on Patreon right now, which is just getting all the footage from the editors, getting it all sorted. We are using Streamable now, and because we're using Streamable, we're no longer going to be having the Google Drive for full length hosted anymore. You can just directly download right from Streamable. So if you just have a full length, or I should say raw writer tier, or the Foresight tier, then you can just go to the post, click the link, it goes to the website, you just right click on it and download.
Yep.
It's really easy. So we're not going to have to worry about the Google Drive, because the Google Drive gave us a lot of problems. And
it's easier on mobile as well.
yeah, it is.
Yeah. One of those problems was that Google could copyright one of them, and we didn't get a notification.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't know they were missing or having
Yeah.
any notification unless someone else told us from somewhere else.
Yeah.
So there's still a downloadable option. There's still the viewing option. It's just now all through the website rather than being through a Google Drive.
Yeah, I got to admit, I thought, there was a part of me when I left here last night, because I was like, all right, I have probably 5 hours of work left to do, and then I had to stream last night.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, do I stay here all night and do it? Do I go home and do it? Do I get up early, And it was stressing me out all night, and then I ended up coming in here at 6 a.m. or so to finish things up. But I was stressing out about the transition, but it's gone super smooth.
My most stressful point was 3 days ago.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm going to need to do this, this, and this, and this. And then you guys were like, can we fix the navigation on the website? I'm like, now? Yeah, I'll try. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. But we also spent at least one entire day on the names.
It was shocking how long we spent on the names.
Yeah.
Because I had a whole list of things that we needed to do. I'm like, all right, first thing is we gotta do we want to rename the tiers? All right, yeah. We started at 9:30 and didn't end that talk until
Didn't we have podcast that day?
Yeah.
I think it was close to podcast
It was
day.
podcast.
I think that we did the entire. That's all we did that day. It's come the names.
It was 2:15. We decided on the names of the tiers.
We had already had 2 of them.
We had Fortnite Rider for a while,
And Pole Rider.
and Pole Rider stayed
Yeah.
the same.
Bull Rider, we weren't going to change.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was too good.
Darkwing wants to know too. Is I'm disappointed that Easy Rider wasn't one of the tiers.
Yeah.
What rejected names for the tiers were there?
Oh my God,
Oh
so
my
many.
God.
I've got my notebook downstairs, I think.
I know.
We had a hard time.
Eric, what was your? It was RR. What was it?
Mine was Recon Rider.
Recon Rider
Recon
was
Rider.
the one being
for
tossed
the
out.
for the 1 week early access. I'm thinking oh, you can do Recon from YouTube and go see what's going to be coming next week.
There was Rough Rider instead of Raw Rider.
There was Rough
Yeah.
Rider, and we decided
Maybe
that
not.
Raw Rider was way funnier to say.
Yeah.
And matches very well because you're literally getting raw video.
Yeah. I know we had Early Rider and Super Rider. Is one. Those are ones that we were looking at, and Super Rider led to Uber Rider.
Yeah.
Eventually.
I love a good pun, and this Uber Rider is worth the potential lawsuit that we
It's-
might get from Uber.
It's a different industry.
It's a different. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
We're not. We're not liable.
We spent a good time too on the last tier, trying to figure out what
Yeah.
Foresight was gonna be.
We were trying to come up with all these things, and was it Calvin that came up with that one?
Yeah.
Calvin just said foresight, like the number 4 and sight, and then it's like foresight, see in the future.
Yeah.
And we all just looked at him. Like, I think it's the best thing he's ever said to me. I was like, that's fucking brilliant.
I felt
foresight.
the relief just
By that point,
fall on the room.
like by that point, we had one for all of them, and we were just about to give up.
Yeah,
like,
I
that's
gave
good
up
enough.
at one point. At one point, I'm like,
You-
we're spinning.
you
This
were
is
like-
hour 6.
Yeah. It's like
I remember
I can't do it anymore. You like went to the kitchen. You got something to eat. You went to the bathroom. You came back, and that's when I told you.
I remember me, Calvin, and Rick were all like, we were going through like thesaurus on our phones, like
Yeah.
trying
Yeah.
to find like names similar to this type of meaning.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, Eric, what are you doing? You're like, I just looking at
It's
Discord.
like, yeah, I'm like, I like this.
He's like, I'm done.
I like what we got.
I came with Raw Rider. I'm done.
Yep.
Like that. Or not Rough Rider.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Recon.
It was something
Recon
like
Rider,
that.
Something like
And
Yeah.
then Calvin said that. I was like, thank God we didn't stop
You
early.
did. It was
Thank
hilarious.
God we didn't give up.
So anyway, that day was a fun day, but it did feel like, man, I don't feel like we got anything done. But we did, because people are enjoying the names.
Yeah.
And we also did try to think and put Iskandar in there as well,
Yeah.
but we couldn't come up with anything.
No, we
No.
couldn't.
Because he is an amazing writer.
He is.
We also talked about like, oh, Moomin Rider. You know, that'd be
Mhm.
funny as well. But
Ghost Rider.
Ghost
Yeah.
Rider,
We
of
tossed it out.
course.
I'm like, how does that fit? I don't
Yeah.
know.
it doesn't fit
I
anywhere.
think the
but we
names
like
that
it.
we settled with, like, at the very least, give an idea of what they are. So
My favorite, before I think we settled on writer. I forget
yeah.
exactly how it went.
I
but
remember
go ahead.
No, Rick is just sitting over there. He goes, he just, it's like quiet. No one's talking or anything.
Yeah,
Rick
we're
just goes, in the bud, Rider. I was like, what?
That was it.
You know,
As in-
in the bud. You know, like nip it in the bud, but in the bud is quick, in a speedy fashion. And I'm like, I don't know. I kind of like it, but I'm not sure if that's what we want.
It was like the definition is sooner than expected.
see,
Yeah.
that kind of suggestions were being thrown out, and I was like, how is that better than what's on the board? We have to move on.
It was like 5
We have
hours.
to live on.
We were like so done.
I was like just writing everything on a dry erase
Yeah.
board,
Yeah.
trying to keep everything not in the butt, in the bud.
Bud.
Like nip
As
it in
like-
the bud.
Bud.
Yes.
Sure, like that.
I'm just trying to get the spelling down.
I wouldn't know.
It's like a florist term.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like a flower bud.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, we did that.
I think premature was tossed out there.
Oh yeah.
What
Oh,
was
yeah.
it?
Premature
lot.
was mentioned.
If
We
you
did,
could think
yeah.
of it, it was mentioned.
We mentioned almost
Yeah.
anything that could mean early or
Oh.
too soon
or anything that was sexual in any way.
If
That
it was
too.
sexual or gross, it was on the board.
Yeah.
And we were just
there was
like,
things that were like
it was
we-
kind of just like process elimination. Like, we can't get away with this. This is racist. This no.
but no, it did take us a while. And some of those were like ones that we had kind of talked about beforehand
Yeah.
until we just sat down like, all right, what are we going to do with these? And we're like, well, like Pole Rider didn't change at all.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, well, we already got this at least. But I think what was nice is that all of us at least came up with one of them where it's
Yeah.
like Calvin thought of Foresight, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I had already thought of Pole Rider back whenever we did all the changes way back when.
way back
Yeah.
when. But you also who mentioned like Fortnite Rider? I thought that was you.
That was, you were sick during that time. You weren't here or on vacation when we were talking
I think it
about
was you who told me about
And
it. So maybe I just attributed it to
One
that.
of us came up with it while we were talking about things, and I can't remember how it worked
I
out.
think we were talking about 2 a week. I think I said Fortnite, but I just said Fortnite because I'm like 2 a week. Fortnite. And then
think-
someone wrote down Fortnite Rider.
I think I had written down.
Yeah.
I remember writing down Knight Rider, and then I remember changing it to Fort Knight Rider with a K.
yeah.
So, but yeah. So that stuff has been, that's been a busy thing for like the whole year almost of
Yeah.
us just trying to like keep trying and then falling behind and keep trying and falling behind. Jancy was working on some symbol things like
Yeah.
pictures, images.
Yeah.
Those are all on our tiers currently on Patreon. There's also a few others that we've pushed on social media and stuff too.
I really liked your solution of like what could be a symbol for these tiers. And it's like a surfboard because we're riders and
Yeah.
we're blind wave. I'm like, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
You're almost angry that you didn't think of it.
Yeah.
And this new structure has some like benefits that aren't as obvious too, in
Yeah.
that there's more times for copyright claims to make their way
Oh.
onto videos before they go
Huge.
live.
I mean, one, yeah, exactly. Like the copyright time, like whenever we had just 1 week early access, there was times where it was like up to the wire, like the morning of, it's still not cleared, and then it would clear, you know? But yeah, that's going to be great. Also, I mean, we just have a natural buffer if the worst should happen again and we just can't come to work. We can't record. There's still a natural buffer because even though, I mean, you guys know us, we're super committed and we try to be as professional as possible when we're handling stuff like this. Like, we never miss a video or a deadline. It's very important to us we don't do that. But if the worst should happen and we do have to end up missing any videos, we want to make sure that YouTube is always available for people that, and it sounds weird to say, but people that need it. We get messages all the time, not from Patreon supporters, but just people that are watching us on YouTube being like, hey, I had a family member die today, and watching your video helped me out. And we take that really seriously, and we take that as like a responsibility.
Yeah.
So if we do ever have to have a pause in content, this gives us a barrier, a month worth of stuff to keep things moving.
Yeah, and if you're just joining us and you have questions, use the bubble in the lower right-hand side and redeem some questions, and we'll be going through those a little later, or maybe we can start them now.
I'm kind of looking through them too as we talk to see if there's anything relevant at the time of what we're talking about.
Do we want to like go over the tiers, or is that all covered?
No,
you
I mean, I think we can, because one of the things I was going to say is that with the tiers, like the things that maybe aren't quite as prominent,
Yeah.
the first tier is going to have a new monthly 10% off an order at our shop. So
Yeah.
if you are a patron in any way, you'll be able to get that discount code
Yeah.
to be able to get that percentage off.
Yeah, I mean, and you know,
On
like,
top of the polls that we run.
yeah, I've already seen people using it today, and they literally are getting their dollar back.
Yeah.
you know, by saving it there. So it's been pretty cool.
So if you pledge $1 or more, you'll get that, and that also gives you access to polls, which we do for. We have our big poll, of course, that helps us decide what reactions we are going to be trying to add to our little polls throughout the year, or just pick up if we decide we want to pick up a show.
Yeah.
We also have our polls that we do for all the live shows, where we talk about what's going on and try to get input from you guys. We also have polls for movies that we're doing. Moving into that for the early access segment of Uber Rider.
Yeah.
And also, all higher tiers get lower tier rewards.
Yeah.
as well.
The early access stuff is going to be attributed to, as of right now, all catch-up reactions. We obviously can't do it for live shows. We also don't have anything with it for now regarding movies.
Yeah.
So the movies will probably stay the similar way of what they've been doing, where they're like twice a month right now, until we can change anything with that for the time being. One tricky thing with that is we were working on trying to figure out how we want to do the way the polls work with the way that we film new movies coming out.
Yeah.
And usually we need to have like a week's time or so for the polls to go through so that we can figure out what movie we're watching. But then that means we can't film a new movie in that place. So once we kind of get things situated, maybe there'll be something else that we can do there instead. Then moving up to Fortnite Rider is an additional week of early access.
Yep.
Same thing with the Uber Rider, where you get the polls and all that kind of stuff too. Then we have Raw Rider, which is giving full length, which full length will be for the movie stuff, the reaction stuff, whether it's live or catch up, like all of our full length that we have available on our website.
So yeah, like, you know, talking about that, like, what do you get, you know, just by keeping the same? Like, people that were at full length before the $10 mark were just getting
The 1 week.
the 1 week, but now they're getting 2 weeks. So they're getting the reaction early access and the full length early access.
Yeah.
And the $1 tier as well, of course.
Now with Raw Rider, you'll get the full length for those two early access. If you go to Foresight Rider, which is the last tier we have now, that will give you the 4 weeks early access and the full length for all of that as well.
Yeah.
So you're not missing out on the full length. The full length won't have it for Raw Rider, but you'll have it for Foresight.
Yep.
So
And if you want to give more, you can. There's just no
Yeah.
additional.
There's no
reward
added
tiers over
benefit.
that.
We tried to make it like modular too. Like if you're just really excited by something that's going to be 4 weeks ahead, you can do that. And then, if you don't want to wait, again, you can just like go down in the rankings too, in the tiers. So like if you're excited for something that's going to be 2 weeks ahead, then you have that option. And something that's 4 weeks ahead, you have that option, So try to make that as modular as possible as well.
Yeah. And I'll say too, when going through this today, trying to get everything set up and ready to launch, and we had to change around all the tiers and get everything on the website all set, try to get everything to match up and launch at the same time. We did take a break to go watch the Smash Brothers reaction thing.
We did.
So we have filmed that.
Yep.
We have.
We also were like, Jansen, you got to download this. We don't know
yeah.
what's going on.
This morning was probably one of the most important mornings in Blind Wave history in a while, because for a certain segment of the morning, our Patreon was actually kind of down from when we didn't have tiers and we did have tiers. In a way, I mean, we did what we could to try to make the transition easy, but it's stressful when you're messing with that kind of thing, because so much of what we do here, it can only be done with that Patreon page, So yeah, when we were like, oh, there's a Smash thing, and we all kind of looked at each other like, all right, let's go do it, and we just ran downstairs. But yeah, we recorded that, and yeah, Jancy, she ended up getting the footage for us because none of us wanted to be spoiled on what it was. So
Yeah, because I was like, I imagined it was going to be like, this character announced for Smash. I'm like, I don't want to see that.
Yeah, exactly.
So we had her get that for us, but yeah.
So that reaction will be up after
that
the
reaction will be up,
podcast.
and all our thoughts on it are in there as well. So we talked a good bit about it there. But yeah, it was just a funny moment. We were like, should we do this now? I was like, yeah, we should probably do it now because I don't want to get spoiled.
Yeah.
Because the only thing I had heard was that Twitter crashed from it. I was like, well, what the hell could it be?
Is that true? Like it crashed?
I have no idea.
Or people
That's-
just like it
It might
broke
have
the
just
internet.
been a big push of things on Twitter and stuff like that too. I just saw someone say it. And
I've
I was
been
like,
so focused on the Patreon stuff today, I haven't even looked about any
I was
response.
like, well, luckily I haven't been looking anywhere to see if there's any spoilers on it. So luckily I saw that. Like, we better do this because it'll probably pop up and we will find out if we don't get it done.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nothing would load on it. Straight up crashed. That's crazy. But I can see why. Our reaction is, I think we were all pretty shocked. So that you'll be seeing that later today.
Yep.
Oh, what
That's been
else,
one thing
though?
pushing. At the same time, it's October now. We're going to be pushing into Stream on Twitch here.
Yep.
So we've been trying to prepare for that, figuring out what games are going to be played. I know there was talk about us possibly doing a poll for some people as far as what they want to play. We may do that later on here on the stream.
Yeah.
But with that too, I've been trying to push through because I've been behind on highlights on Twitch. And I've been trying to highlight all of them that I can to make sure, one, they don't get deleted, and two, they're hopefully easily found over on Twitch in the collections so that people can watch and catch up to everything. Some of those are going to be missing because we're jumping into Stream, so you won't be seeing the conclusion of maybe God of War for a little bit.
My viewers are none too happy with me
I'm sure.
because yesterday's stream was probably the single best stream I've ever had by myself on Twitch. Like, I had so many chills. Like, I said at one point, like, I haven't gotten a haircut for a while, so I have a lot of hair on my neck, and all of it was standing up. And then I was like, yeah, well, I mean, it's October. And I was like, come and complain to Aaron every Monday, 6 p.m.
You would. That would be what you said.
Yeah, I was walking out and going through the room that you were streaming in. And, like, I could barely hear the TV.
Yeah.
But I saw your face. I was like, I know exactly what's
where
happening.
I was. Yep.
I know exactly where he is.
I literally teared up.
Yeah.
But it's just because of the way I've been playing the God of War games on stream and at home. So just make sure you're checking out the highlights of those that are coming up here because they're really fun. They're really good.
So you didn't cry as much as I did at the end of The Missing.
I might not have.
Because
I
wept. That,
It was a manly weep.
man,
manly weep.
the end of that game was absolutely incredible. It's the only swear game that I can recommend to everyone without hesitation. It's a puzzle platformer. Go into it with knowing as little as possible. Other than it's rated M for mature, and it deserves that rating.
Yeah.
But yeah, just absolutely incredible. One of the most emotional reactions I've ever had to a game.
Yeah.
And
I will say,
love the story it told.
Going through and like trying to highlight it and stuff too, without having a whole lot of information on it, it did look interesting. And I was surprised. I was like, oh, it's a platformer. That looks cool. So I was like, well, that might be kind of neat to do. With that though, I've also been changing some things too, where we had a channel too that we used for backup whenever our channel got crashed and destroyed and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, another thing that caused us to pause.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah,
that
that
did
was one
slow
too.
us down with a lot of stuff.
Dude, 2020 just been so crazy. I just kind of forgot the one time we just couldn't post for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So we had some problems there too that slowed us down a bit, but we are going to be, and is one of the things I've been working on, is that's going to have a lot of our VODs from stream posted on them. Currently, it should have Fall Guys and everything but yesterday's God of War
Okay.
on there right now.
Yay.
But I'm going to be working on slowly putting up some of the more recent stuff, and I'm going to try to backlog a lot of that as well.
Okay. Are these public?
Yes, the
Okay,
ones I
sweet.
just mentioned are public.
They're public. Okay. Awesome.
But I want to make sure the stream stuff stays consistent on it as well. So I'll be trying to highlight those as soon as I can and getting them switched over and uploaded to that YouTube channel,
Yeah.
which is the Blue Wave one.
Yep.
So we will have it there if you're not wanting to watch it on Twitch, which
I know
I've
some
been
people
trying
have
to do it
some
on Twitch
issues
because we've
on
been
Twitch.
I've been having the debate.
I know.
We've all been discussing
Yeah.
this with the guys, each other, and it's been like, we have our YouTube channel. We also have Twitch. When you try to get people to click to go to other places, usually people don't want to go to
Yeah.
somewhere else. They want to be where they are, and that's it, So we were like, well, do we want to have another channel? Are people going to that channel to then go find Twitch?
Yeah.
So what you'll probably still see on Blind Wave is the highlight videos, and they'll be pushing to Twitch. We probably won't really be pushing towards Blue Wave a ton, but it will be there as an option for people who don't want to watch the VODs on Twitch.
Or you can just watch a 4-hour video of me weeping about metal.
Metal.
Yeah.
You could do that. So that's another thing that I was working on a lot over the last few days too, and I'll be continuing to work on that going forward, trying to make sure all that stuff is uploaded and set up. It's not going to have like amazing thumbnails. It's just going to be the VODs and stuff like that
Yeah.
too. So hopefully you can find them. I'll be renaming some stuff too to hopefully make it as easy as we can.
Yep.
So that's one of the new things going on as well.
Okay.
And tomorrow is going to be a hell of a stream.
Hell of a stream.
On
Hell of a
Twitch,
stream.
'cause we're going to be on Star Wars Squadron, which, though not scary, it'll probably be scary to watch this because not only are we going to be flying, but we're going to be using some new tools
Yes, we are.
in order to do it. And I imagine it's going to be a hot mess, but it's going to be great, and we're
Oh,
going to
yeah.
be streaming much longer than usual as well.
Yeah. We have the boys in the morning,
Yep.
so we'll be watching the boys. So if you guys are watching that tonight, I think it comes out tonight or is it early tomorrow morning, whichever. Whenever you guys watch that, make sure you send in Q&As too on Twitter, and then we'll talk about those at the end of the episodes. But then
Yes.
after we're done with the boys, get all that done, we'll be starting our stream.
Yeah.
I'm imagining roughly around noon is when it will
Yeah.
start, give or take.
Or a little bit. Yeah.
So we shall see.
Yep. Did you, Aaron? You've been excited about the new toys that we got for
Yeah.
that stream.
Yeah, I've been wanting them. I knew I was gonna get one. I didn't know if anyone
Sure.
else was gonna get one. The one thing I remember too,
And
Was
what
that-
is it?
they're HOTAS.
HOTAS.
Yeah.
Okay.
Calvin, it means he was like, it means
Hand on throttle and stick.
Gotcha.
yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. So
We were able to secure 4 of these.
I knew I was gonna get
I've
one.
never done
I
anything like it.
researched trying to find what
Yeah.
to get. Some of them were sold out. Some of them were sold out and available, but it was because people bought them and are selling them at a crazy expensive prices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was
Like,
like, well, I don't wanna do
2
that.
to 300% markups.
But the thing that was funny to me was that I was like, all right, so who all wants one of these? And I was like, I definitely want one. Calvin's like, yeah, I think I would like to have one of those. Eric, I'm like, Eric, do you want one? I don't know. Like, I think it's a glass ceiling. No matter what I have, I'm not gonna go past it. I'm just gonna slap it up against it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what tools I use. I'm not going to be good.
It made me laugh whenever you said that. But no, we ended up. Everyone will be having a flight stick tomorrow.
Yeah. That's going to be fun.
We'll see how we do. Hopefully, we do well.
Well, I picked up Microsoft Flight Simulator and have been doing it, and I'll tell you, not well.
Yeah. Well, we do have a standing beef with Katarn Squadron from the
Katarn
Kyle
Squadron
Katarn
started.
channel. So we will be going against them when they can. Right now, Squadrons will not be having that type of matchmaking. So hopefully they update it and we can do that one day. But right now, I'll just go ahead and default to we win.
Yes, sure. But yeah, we'll be having that tomorrow. Stream, I believe, will be starting Saturday with Rick's first stream.
Yeah.
Which I believe for him, we've talked and decided that he's going to be playing
Resident Evil 7.
7.
Yes.
7.
He'll be playing Resident Evil 7, which is I played that.
I've been saving it.
2 years ago, I think.
I think it was 2 years ago.
And that game's pretty good, pretty fun time. Rick has not played it, though I think he's played almost every other Resident Evil.
Yeah, except the remake of 2 and 3, but I played the originals.
So that should be interesting. Eric, I'm forcing him to play a game called Amnesia,
The Dark Descent.
The Dark Descent, that he hasn't played yet.
Yeah, which
We're all
I
very
played.
excited.
I
not-
played last year,
Yeah.
I believe, right?
Like,
I
you're
think-
taking God of War away from me and forcing me to play that.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's a fun game.
It is.
I think a lot of people like it. I might even actually watch you play it.
Me too.
And I don't,
I-
Should we, like...
I hardly ever actually watch any of you guys
Yeah.
play anything.
Yep.
I'll be honest.
That's true. The only time that I've seen you in
I
my
have to
chat
figure it
recent
out, but it
memory.
might be fun to, like, turn all the lights off and just have, like, the one light on my face, you know?
Yeah.
Or something. We'll see.
I played it in the dark
Yeah.
with just my webcam light on my face.
Wait, damn the Aaron, no. I told him before you started God of War 2. I was like, all right, so what do you want to do next?
God of War.
Because whatever you pick, we need to be done with for Scream
Yeah.
Stream. And he chose God of War.
Eric
Yep.
knowingly.
And he's not done. So he did this.
No regrets!
He did this himself.
I finished mine right
Rick
on
did.
time.
I told Rick the exact same thing, and I might have told Calvin the same thing too.
Well,
Calvin
would
missed-
have.
Calvin missed like 4 days of his
Yeah.
stream schedule, and he might have beaten it. It might
I
have been okay.
definitely would have finished it in
So-
4 streams, but life.
So yeah. So
Although, to be fair, The Missing is also a horror game. So I could have just played it as well.
but that's some of the plans we have right now. I have like 3 or 4 games on my list that I've been debating between. I'm leaning heavily towards one of them, which I've been told I should play BioShock, because I've never played those. Resident Evil 3 is on my list. I really want to try to play that one because I did Resident Evil 2 last time.
Yeah.
Silent Hill was another one that was on my list because I've never played those.
Silent Hill 2, baby.
So
one of the
I thought
best.
I tried playing, I think Silent Hill 2 once, and I got scared before I even saw any monsters and
Yep.
stopped playing.
No, Silent Hill 2 is great. I can't wait till they remake System Shock because I think it's a much scarier game than BioShock is. BioShock is atmospheric, but I wouldn't call it scary. I mean, there's one thing in it that's going to be scary for you in particular.
No, Rick, when you say that, I know what that means.
Well,
But yeah, those are some of the things on my list, and I may run a poll here later on to see what some people think. I think I had a 4th one, but now I forget what it was. I was really looking forward to the new Amnesia game coming out this October, but it doesn't come out until like the last week of October, so that's going to be too late. So I might try to play that one like
might
next
consider Fatal Frame as well. It's a really good series.
year. So, and then Calvin was looking at a couple things that he was looking at playing.
I didn't get to finish Little Nightmares last year, so I might jump into that. And I might run a poll because I'm pretty sure that's a short game.
Yeah, I don't think it's a super long.
So I
game.
might run a poll for what my other game/games are going to be.
Yeah, I'll probably get through Resident Evil 7 this month. And then Cyberpunk comes out soon, baby.
Oh, November.
Oh, baby.
I am.
Oh, there's something else. I mean, we couldn't react to today because today was crazy. But there's a Cyberpunk commercial
Oh, yeah?
that we might need to
I saw
okay.
the thumbnail,
react to at some point
and then I clicked away from it.
tomorrow or something.
Well, with that too, Eric, do you plan to go back to the Walking Dead Telltale game?
Probably at some point, yeah. I mean, I really like those games, but, like, you know, I think they're fun for a while, but, like, playing them, like, so many weeks in a row, it did feel like, you know, it didn't really feel like playing a game. It felt like watching something, and I watched stuff all day, you know?
It's like a choose your own adventure.
Yeah, it is.
of
So, I mean, I'm not, like, you know, raring to go like I am going to be for God of War, but whenever I get a break in the schedule, I can maybe throw a couple back in there, you know?
So maybe Scream Stream, God of War,
Yeah.
Walking Dead.
Yeah. I mean, you know, for this last choose which game I play, we did make it a poll, and God of War was chosen. Walking Dead was on there as well, so I would
It was.
have if it had done that.
Yeah. Do we want to go through some of those questions?
Trying to think if there's any other changes or stuff that we're looking to do or alter. Like I said, I think most of it I think we covered. If you guys have any major, one thing
Yeah.
I'll say, if you have any major issues, questions, concerns, especially related to Patreon and the website, message us on Patreon,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or you can do the website feedback in Discord, in our
Yeah.
Discord server.
Now, the answer is probably going to be give it 24 to 48 hours because Patreon's payment processing servers are always crazy at the first of the month.
Yeah.
So your payment is probably just queued, and it hasn't actually become active yet. So until that happens, even if you get access to things on Patreon.com, you won't get access to things on the website necessarily. And it's possible you wouldn't get access to either. So I would give it at least 24 hours, and then at that point, contact us.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, let's
But
check
yeah.
out some questions.
but if you have anything,
sorry.
make sure to contact us that way.
Yes.
Don't do it in like YouTube comments or something like that, because we're not going to see those.
Nope.
No, we won't.
If we do, it's very unlikely. I'll say that.
Yeah.
It's very unlikely we're going to see those.
We also won't see comments on Patreon posts or anything like that either.
Yeah. If you want our attention, especially kind of quickly, those are the best two ways.
Yep.
Because if you do the Patreon post, we also get an email
Yeah.
so that we can try to like notify and get that fixed as soon as we can.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if we have some questions that we want to cover and go over, that way we make sure we cover all our bases for all the changes and everything. We might not have covered some things that people have
Yeah.
questions for. So
Let's
All
do
right,
it.
so I'm going to go through related questions first, and then I'll wrap around to ones that are unrelated.
Sure.
So the first one is, so are you guys watching multiple episodes per week now regularly?
No. I mean, kind of yes, we were, just because there would be certain weeks where we picked up like 3 extra episodes of something in order to make this. But going forward, we'll just be continuing one a week. It's just that you have early access options. This
Yeah.
doesn't affect like live shows, or we're not increasing the amount of things we do a week, just that you get those rewards.
well, with doing this, a lot of things that we were wanting to do as well have been put on hold.
Yeah.
So other things that we might be trying to bring back or do, because if you've noticed, original content, there's not been a ton of that.
Yeah.
Like there may be some more of that kind of stuff that we've been trying to do, and we haven't had time because we've been trying to get ahead of all the stuff that we could
Yeah.
do early access for. So now we can kind of relax on all of that heavy watching and stuff, and be able to work on some other things.
Yeah.
There's one project that I started working on a few months back that I haven't worked on at all now. So
Yep.
no.
Yeah, normally the only reason we're watching something multiple times a week is to prepare for something. Either
Yeah.
someone needs to take time off, or we have a Patreon launch coming or something like
Some of
that.
it's a release. The Boys, we watched 3 in that 1 week because 3 launched, and we wanted it to be caught up for live shows for Q&As and to release them alongside of the episodes coming out and not be behind it all. So there are certain times that will happen, but not necessarily
Same
all
thing
the
with
time.
Umbrella Academy, right? It did that too.
Well, yeah, Netflix shows are going to be tricky now because early access is going to be a lot more than what it used to be.
Yeah.
So for some situations like that, we will have to plan ahead on when they come out to make sure that we are ahead of those enough. So
All right. Lost 4 episodes in 1 day, and future shows too.
5 episodes.
5, baby.
You get 5 episodes Saturday.
That's-
if you have the Foresight tier.
Yes.
And if you have the Foresight tier, not only do you get those 5 videos, you have 5 full lengths. How about that?
So if you're-
It is streaming on Hulu
Raw.
for those that want to sync stuff up.
what is what?
Lost is streaming on Hulu.
Hulu.
So because you have the Foresight, you automatically have the ability to watch the full lengths if you want to. And all you have to do is just sync it up with Hulu if you have Hulu. And it's really easy.
Chesy Black Onyx, does the $5 difference give me a $5 footlong?
Yes.
Only if you've watched Chuck.
But then you automatically give that footlong to me. So it gives it to you in spirit, but ultimately ends up in my belly.
Is that where those keep coming from?
I'm surprised that you've actually seen any.
They don't last long enough.
With the new 4-episode early access, will polls for new shows happen earlier or change in any way?
Yeah, they're going to be happening earlier.
They'll have to happen. Usually we would probably run them around the 3rd to last episode or so. They're going to have to be happening a little sooner than that. In fact, because of this, Fate is ending before too long. So you'll be seeing a poll for that popping up probably within the next week or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas normally we would have waited probably a few more episodes.
And that would be the true of Dexter as well. So.
Because what
Yeah.
also, I guess this might be a question. What will happen with that is the poll will occur, and then the winner will be announced and whatnot, and then as the last episode of Fate goes down to the 3-week mark, the new episode of the poll will hit the 4-week, and they will just kind of keep trickling down until it hits YouTube.
Yep. Rob, not a question, but shout out to Jancy for making this possible. You boys would be so lost without her.
We would. She put in a lot of work in order to get us just scheduled to do this. But not only that, she had to do that schedule about 15 times.
Yeah.
Because we kept like, oh, we don't have time to finish today, or someone has to leave or something like that.
Or instead of doing this episode, we did this episode.
Yeah. So she pretty much did the whole schedule like every day for like a week one time.
Yeah.
Baib, so I was looking to buy a t-shirt from Blind Wave Shop, but I live in India. First question, and I'll mention something about India as well in a moment. Can Blind Wave merch be delivered to India? And second question, if it does, how long will it take? Well, if you go into the shop and you are able to purchase an item for India, it will be shipped to India, and it should tell you how long that's going to take.
Yep.
It's kind of different per item because they're all coming from different places, but as long as you're able to make it through the checkout process, you should be able to get it just fine. With India, so our new streaming service on the website,
The video player.
Some Indian ISPs block it.
Yeah.
So you'll have to consider using a VPN if you find yourself in that situation where you can't see a video, or there's some sort of error message or something, and you're located in India. Right now, India is the only country that has that problem.
Yeah, and on the website, if you are affected, you should get some kind of pop-up explaining that as well. So hopefully that covers. I've seen a lot of people say that, because I think India is like, it's 1% of our audience, I believe, but it's still a significant amount of people. I'll see those comments pop up, and they're always Indian names. So hopefully we just get that information out there. If you see anybody that can't watch something on the site, it's generally because their ISP blocks Streamable for some reason. But props to Streamable for letting us know that like immediately whenever we approach them to use them as our web video player.
Our video player, yeah.
Yep.
I just have to know, did Moomin Rider make the board?
It was on the board.
It was on the board.
If you can think, I would probably say, if you can think of a word that naturally goes with the word rider, it was on the board.
Yeah.
Along with a lot of things that really, really didn't, but made us laugh at the
And
time.
some things that should.
Yeah.
BK says, thanks for all the work you do for us. We know you guys have been working your asses off to make our experience better. We truly appreciate that. I want to personally thank you for helping me stay sane during 2020. When is the reality show coming? LOL, you guys are the bomb.
A reality Blind Wave show? What would that be?
Remember when we were coming up with like ideas for advanced tiers? We're like, we can do a tier where you just got access to like a live streaming camera 24/7 of the Wave Cave, and you could like go around.
We did have a thing where it's like there's a camera 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can get access to this camera for this tier.
And after discussing it, we quickly came to the realization that's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
But we would never, every once in a while we have some kind of interaction where we're like angry that we didn't get it on camera.
Well, today, when we were doing the Smash Brothers reaction
Yeah.
thing.
Exactly. That was funny.
No, stop it!
Mass Cuddy, I don't have a question, but want to say thanks for being such an awesome crew. As much as 2020 sucks, y'all have definitely been one of my highlights.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Rusty Lewis, speaking earlier of editors, I'm sure you guys are not hiring right now, but if in the future it is needed or you want more to choose from, can you apply for the position?
Yeah, we would probably put something like that out on our social media. I think that's what we did last time.
Previously, when we were looking for editors, we had a link. We did the same thing with moderators, too. We had a link on our website that would take you to like a form that you could fill out for what your experience and stuff was for editing and whatnot. And then we went through and chose editors kind of based on that.
Yeah.
Same thing with moderators. We had a thing where we did that. We may set those back up. That way we have people who are interested being able to like apply for both positions. And then as needed, we have people that we can message and be like, hey, are you still interested in this? Or maybe someone sends one in that it hits very hard. I'm like, man, this one looks really good. Let's talk to him right now. And maybe we'll pull someone else in. So there may be that might be something else that we try to get added to the website going forward. Now that we have a little bit more time to actually work on the other stuff we haven't done yet.
Okay, it's the last relevant question I had, so I will start back at the top. Have you guys seen Jojo Rabbit? If so, what do you think? Would it be a movie you react to? I know the answer is maybe, but I had to ask.
I haven't seen it. I've heard nothing but great things, and it definitely would be a movie we could react to. It just got to make its way to a poll.
Is that JoJo Bizarre Adventure
Nope.
related?
Haven't heard
It's
of it.
it has Hitler in it.
All right.
Huh?
Yep. I'm not kidding.
I know you're not.
Is that the one where that meme comes from, where like they always just redub Hitler?
No, that's a different movie.
Yeah. No, this one was out last year. It's a Taika Waititi.
Oh.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
Rick, someone said that they didn't have enough for a question, but they said, I don't have enough points, but I've been having a problem with the player that plays your discussions on your website. I play it and there's no sound. I tried clicking the audio button on the player, but it's not working.
The discussions should always just be the YouTube video.
Yes.
If they mean the reactions, then it's streamable, and that it's most likely, it depends where you are, I guess, but you could try a VPN.
I mean, double check too and make sure you're getting audio from other places.
Yeah.
I imagine you are.
Make
Yeah.
sure that silence mode on your phone is off.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah, because
might
you could
do it,
have
but I don't know.
like your media audio set up and your phone is just set to not output any audio.
Yeah, and you know, if it is the discussion, then it is the YouTube portion of that video. And if it's not playing on the website, just click the YouTube title at the top, and it should take you to a YouTube player, the actual website, and maybe you can try it off there.
So maybe try those. If you keep having issues, like I said, maybe try either Patreon to let us know so we can kind of follow up with you easier. Or if you're in our Discord, the website feedback one, and we can talk to you that way too.
Yeah.
Usually just tag Archmaster.
Mm-hmm.
7.
7.
Archmaster 7.
Well, I mean, there's no other Archmasters, but yeah.
I can't remember if I read this one before. Max Man, not a question, but a thank you. We appreciate the hard work, guys. I know it took a lot, and it means more than you know.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Max.
Max.
Also-
Any questions? Is when are you reacting to blank? Maybe sometime in the future.
Yep.
More likely if it wins a poll, obviously.
Yeah. And any questions that are like, can you react to this more than once a week? No.
About Scream Stream suggestions, am I too late to recommend a game, or is it okay to try? Calvin might have a poll.
I think you still can. I don't know if Amnesia will necessarily take Eric the full month. I don't know about Calvin, what he plays. I'm really leaning towards Resident Evil 3, and I think that might only take me 2 or 3 streams from what people are saying. So
I think I did
if
Amnesia
you-
in 3.
Especially if you're on our Discord, there's a Twitch suggestions, not the podcast live suggestions, but a Twitch suggestions. A lot of people have been recommending things in there for what they'd like to see. So recommending that is one of the best ways, because I always go in there and I'm looking. So when I'm trying to make a list of what people could play and then passing it on, I check that a lot. So I would recommend going there.
Tovito, Aaron, have you played Pokemon Infinite Fusion?
No, I haven't played any of like the hacked like games.
Yeah.
So I haven't played that, or there's
I feel like I played one that like
a radiation one.
Finneran Reactivity.
Radioactive or something like that, maybe?
I think I started playing that one. That was
Or
pretty cool.
Fusion. Maybe it was Pokemon, something like that. I know radiation was like a type. I haven't played that one either. So I've only played the real, like the actual launched games.
Uranium. Yeah, that sounds right.
That might be it.
Mimdi, simple question for now. Talk like Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter or Hohin Kiyoma from Steins Gate forever and ever.
Hoyoin?
Definitely.
Hisoka.
Hisoka.
I would definitely talk like
This
Kyoma
chip
if I
is so
could.
good.
Yes.
All the time.
Definitely
Don't go.
Kiyoma.
He went
Swing.
Swing. Yeah. Hisoka would be so fun.
Sam, do you guys ever think about expanding the crew, having many people as helpers in Discord or edits, etc.? Like Rob, you guys talk about making one of them a official crew member in videos, etc.?
When it comes to like actually being on camera, you know, we kind of have this natural chemistry because we've all known each other for so long, and it's not really something that's easily added to. I don't feel like even when Rick joined, I mean, we had all, you know, Aaron had known Rick his entire life, and I had known Rick almost 10 years, I think, at that point and stuff. So it was easy to have him just come in, but I can't think of too many other people in my life, other than like my brother, I could think of, that I could have that kind of rapport with, let alone you guys have that kind of rapport with too,
Yeah.
Mass Casa, I'm deleting yours because of spoilers.
Spoilers!
Casting news is considered spoilers.
It wasn't casting. It was just talking about a show, and
Yeah.
it was like shows and deaths and that kind of stuff.
I know there was quite a bit of casting
There was
news
some
being
casting stuff earlier.
posted in chat. I
Jimmy,
just want to remind you guys.
Don't do casting news.
yes, please do not. Jimmy Flamingo, what about the tiers, spelled like Patreon tiers? I shed every episode of Fruits Basket. Will that continue in season 2? I'm waiting for Maggie and Rick before I start. We're not going to start it until the dub is completely done for season 2. We will be continuing on with Haikyuu, though. So once season 2 of that ends, we'll be heading straight on to 3. Ryan Toll, Chuck will be coming to an end a lot sooner now. So is Rick already planning the next hint hunt? P.S. For the Chuck finale, any chance you could have Shane do a guest appearance or call in so we can hear his thoughts about the ending, since he's the reason why you started Chuck, unless you've already finished recording the show?
Yeah, Chuck will. It will be ending soon, and like I said, like sometimes, like Calvin was out. How long were you out at one point? It felt like almost 3 weeks.
Yeah, it was 3 weeks.
Yeah. So I mean, we just had a lot of time at the studio where we couldn't film some of our other stuff, and Aaron and I, we finished Chuck already. So there will be a new poll for that. Rick, I doubt, has had time to even
Chuck
think.
is not a poll show.
No, it's not a poll show.
No.
Yeah.
But we do have Dexter coming up very soon, even sooner because of the early access. So, but I doubt Rick has even had time to really think about what you want to do for a poll for when that
Not a
happens.
lick.
Yeah,
Been too busy.
Yeah. That's one reason why I like too having a mixture of people doing reactions. Because when you have all of us in one, when one person's like absent, sick, whatever, then there's like, well, do you do that without them?
Yeah.
Or do you wait? And then if you wait, then you get behind. But at least in that situation, we had Chuck where we could at least get that done to where when Calvin came back, we didn't have Chucks to film in the midst of everything else that we had to
And
do.
Eric and I had Lost.
yes.
So,
All right.
no hint hunt for Chuck,
Yeah. Nope.
but watch for a hint hunt for
Dexter.
Fate and Dexter.
And
Fate and Dexter. And then not too far behind is Garen.
Yeah, it's getting close.
Garen Lagan isn't too far back.
Oh, man, I'm not ready. With that to end. Free Indigo Forest. Have you guys ever been to any national parks? I recently went to Glacier National Park last month, and it was beautiful.
I've been to Cedar Point, Kings Island.
No.
I've flown over the Grand Canyon.
I've been to the Grand Canyon. I've been to Kings Canyon. I've been to Black Dragon Canyon. I have been to
Been to Wayne National Forest, but I don't
Wayne
think that
National.
counts.
That's a-
National forests and parks are different. If we count forests, then like a ton.
Yeah.
But if we count, if it's I
Actual
don't know the
parks.
difference, really. Because Wayne National Forest, like literally, it comes up close to where we are.
well, there's no like arranged
Yeah.
like station. There's not like really park
Yeah.
rangers that patrol national forests. They're just reserved ground basically for wildlife. I think.
Diego, question to Eric. Have you seen Haunting of Hill House? The reactions of Aaron and Melanie were great, but I never knew if you watched it. Personally, it helped me with the death of my mom and brother a few years ago.
I haven't watched it. I've been looking for some stuff to watch at home and stuff like that. But no, I haven't watched Haunting of Hill House yet. Maybe one day.
And sorry for your loss.
Yeah, definitely. The new season, kind of. It's pretty much a new show, but the new one of those is going to be starting pretty soon. That Aaron and Melanie are going to be covering.
Yep, and that's going to be another one where it's like, all right, that's a Netflix show that comes out all at once. So me and Melanie have to figure out how we're going to get that to release and everything, too. So it's
More
gonna be
weekend
interesting.
reactions, maybe.
But I'm looking forward to that being released.
Yeah.
Also, Supernatural's
What's
coming
that?
back soon.
Is that called
The
Bly
Haunting
Manor?
of Bly Manor.
Bly Manor, yeah.
Yep.
Haunting of Bly Manor comes out here, and then Supernatural
Blind?
comes out here soon, too.
Bly.
Yeah.
Bly.
B-L-Y.
I was like, that's perfect.
Like Commander
Blind Manor.
Bly.
Yeah, okay.
From Clone Wars.
That was good.
Yes, similar to that.
And episode 3, he shot Ayla Secura.
Pyros, the third follower. Win Ruby. LOL. Just curious if this means you'll be able to start it on time this season.
We'll probably still be a week behind because there's going to be like exclusive access on their site, and
On
then
Rooster Teeth.
I think,
Rick, that sounds like a will you react to question.
yeah. But
Maybe.
yeah, we'll try to get Ruby in there as much as we
Try.
can.
We'll see what happens when it
And
launches.
do a rewatch.
I think it comes out in November.
I need to best but do a rewatch.
November is a busy month.
Kuzuri, did you guys see Insomniac recasted Peter Parker for the PS5? I did see that.
Yep, I saw that.
Yeah.
A lot of people were mad. I was like, I don't care.
Sure.
It
Yeah.
doesn't- to me, it doesn't matter as big of a deal. I don't know.
That's his first Parker role, right?
Who?
The guy who's in the Spider-Man game, the PS4
Yuri?
Spider-Man.
Well, it's the same voice actor. They
Yeah.
changed what he looks like.
Yeah, they
Oh.
changed it to be closer to his
It
face
looks-
so
it
they
look-
can mocap it.
Everyone's saying it looks more similar now to Tom Holland, who plays Spider-Man in the movies,
Okay.
than what it did before.
I thought they actually recast the
No.
voice
and,
actor.
No, and then they're saying like, well, no, it's
Just the
because
facial performance.
Yuri
Gotcha.
is doing the mocap for it,
Yeah.
for the facial features, and this structure will fit his bone and face features more than what it did before.
Yeah.
Right.
So even
So
he even had a tweet that was like, "Guys, it's my fault. Blame me and my bones."
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe that's true, maybe it's not. But for me, I'm like, I don't. It doesn't matter to me too much.
So it's probably going to make it a lot
I like
easier.
the voice actor. I like the gameplay. Like,
I mean, if anything, he looks more like a 3 or 24-year-old than the original face looked like, because I kind of thought he was a little older, like 28 or 29.
Yeah, I thought he was like
But
early
he's
30s.
he's supposed to be like 23, 24.
And I mean, Peter Parker's had 1,000 faces.
Yeah.
Right?
but I haven't seen. Someone was saying it's a recast. I haven't seen anything where they've said Yuri's not voicing him in the future one because they're remastering it and it looked
Yeah.
like they just changed the face. But
Yeah.
maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, it's fine with me. I mean,
Either way, if they're changing it to more of a performance capture, I'm sure it's going to be a lot easier to do the digitizing
Yeah.
of the guy's
yeah,
face.
99% of the time, you're not seeing the guy's face anyway. You're just swinging a Spider-Man, so.
I
Yeah.
mean, usually he has a mask on.
People
Yeah.
are saying Yuri's still voicing.
Yeah.
So
I thought so. Yeah. So I was right with that.
Yep.
It didn't bother me so much, and maybe once it's in the game, maybe it'll look better, maybe it'll look worse, maybe I'll make my decision then. But all I have is one screenshot of him without his mask, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that looks like Tom Holland. That's all I saw.
Sure.
I mean, it would bother me more if it was like a well-established video game character that had always looked the same, like Solid Snake or something.
I agree.
but
get
like,
that.
but like Peter Parker's had many faces.
True. Yeah. I mean, he's had 3 different movie faces.
Yeah. Bubba
Maybe more.
Skywalker.
Maybe I'm missing one.
Eric, are you going to dress up as Kratos for Halloween?
You know, one of the advantages of taking a break from God of War is I can get my Kratos beard longer. So
And you can shave your head.
yeah, I know. Or do like the head condom,
A bald cap?
Or shave your head.
I could. I just don't think my
Eric,
head shape is very good for.
you
not-
could.
You remember that one
yeah,
time
but
I
you'd
had my
have
head
like
shaved?
You can paint your head white.
Eric. Like you would have all the like the face paint and everything up there. Like
Yeah.
it wouldn't matter what shape it was. You would be
I just don't think.
Yeah. Just draw
It would
some like
look good.
lines on it, like like the.
like lipstick.
Come, boy.
Boy.
You know what? You would do it. Everyone would be like, yeah, or Eric looks good.
Yeah.
I might do it or naturally do it. People are like, haha, look at that. It is.
Yeah.
So,
I
Byron
know
supporters asking in chat, does anyone know how to connect my Patreon account to the website properly? So what you want to do is you want to make an account on the website first. It will allow you to log in with Patreon, but you shouldn't do that. It'll still work, but you shouldn't do that. So just go to the website, in the upper right, click on login, click register, fill out the form, you'll get a confirmation email. Click on that.
Make sure you check your spam and your promotions folder.
Yep. Log in, and then go to any post of your tier that's locked. Click on Connect with Patreon and follow the steps. If it repeats that process, so it doesn't unlock and it asks you to unlock it again, that probably means that Patreon hasn't processed your payment yet, so give it 24 hours. If it still doesn't work, then contact us on Patreon or on Discord under website feedback.
Yes.
And you can subscribe to Patreon first. That should be fine. But you want to log in first before connecting Patreon to the website.
Yes.
That's what
Yes.
we're saying. So if you don't have it connected at all, go to the website, click the login button, create your account, and once you have all that set up, then connect that account with the Patreon account. And we should also be having a video coming out before too long that will have hopefully as much of everything that we need to explain that we've been trying to explain here, explained in a nice fashion.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
That's the plan.
Follow up to Bob Skywalker's question. Can you expand a little about how that moment in God of War yesterday made you feel? I know it was so damn fun to watch.
I mean, I've used the analogy so much already, but it really felt like watching like a season of Arrow, and that was the season finale. Like it felt like a true circle of story that I feel like I've been, I don't know. It's like I'm watching Kratos on the fourth dimension. I'm like experiencing different parts of his life like at the same time, and I don't know. Like I might try to make a case that it's like the best way to do it, because Kratos is still acting how he acted when I first started the 2018 game. I just know so much more now about why he's acting that way, and I mean when he just decided, like, I don't know, man. There's something special about it. Like that moment, like where he got that thing in his house, where he just hid Boy.
Yeah.
And Boy says, "Oh, you want me to go down here? You told me never go down here." Because they're there, which is such a great moment when you realize that. So, I don't know. I was just really, really, really excited by this multi-game storytelling that has been interwoven for me.
And the craziest thing about it is it's changed, like game runners.
Yeah.
So like it started with David Jaffe at the head, and like it's changed.
And you can feel it, but you can also feel just the incredible amount of respect the new guy had for those games, because like when I started playing the 2018, then I went home and played the first one. I'm like, shit, this doesn't feel like the same game at all. And then I was like, oh, it is kind of the same. Interesting. But just at a surface level, it didn't feel like it.
Chris Fizz, I'm no more confused now than I am any other time they talk about something I have no idea about.
Yeah.
Check out
the God of War highlights on YouTube. Yeah, Goose does a pretty good job condensing like a 3-hour stream down to less than an hour.
40 minutes or something.
Yeah.
It is always nice whenever, like, especially if a game switches between one, like, lead to another lead.
Yeah.
To have them make sure not to just change everything and actually kind of honor, like, what happened previously and stuff, too,
Yeah.
Like, God of War, like, it definitely plays differently and feels like a more modern game, but to not, like, forsake everything that happened before or anything.
Yeah.
Is really nice to make those connections and stuff too.
I mean, it's great in everything, in movies and books.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it took what I think some could consider Kratos to be a little one-dimensional in the first game. A little bit. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there's some things where, like, I gotta hug my family to get their health back up before they die.
Yeah.
There's some crazy stuff in there. But it took what was kind of a weakness of his character and made it his greatest strength as a character, which is the fear of himself. Which is why he hates others like him.
Yeah.
And he has to love someone like him. It's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of see him as like someone who's had anger issues, has been like an abuser or something, and like is just so afraid of that monster getting back out.
He's been abused. He's done abuse. He doesn't want that cycle to continue.
Yeah.
Doesn't think he can stop it.
So good. So good. Can't wait to see Blind Wave Squadrons over the next few weeks. Will Blind Wave Squadron fight for the Empire or the New Republic?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I like
whatever we want.
I like Imperial ships better than I do.
Yeah.
I like the Republic ships better because X-Wings can look behind them. Like when you're in a TIE fighter, you see this, that's all you get. And you're like, where are they? I can't see.
Yeah, but you can see like down under here,
That's true.
I guess.
You can
That's
see.
pretty cool.
I guess. But if I go like this, I can see.
True.
Yeah, but that takes an action.
I wonder
like,
if having an astromech
to change your
would be
attitude.
I don't
the
really
same
see behind me. Okay? I want to know if someone's behind me. But yeah, I
mean,
know.
if you have an R2 unit, you can't see behind you.
You can see.
You can
No.
ask him what's going on.
R2, what's back there?
Or
There's-
you could just look at the rear view camera
That's true.
in your TIE fighter.
Also, for reference, I don't have planned for Squadrons to be like every Friday coming up. We're doing a big one this coming Friday.
Yeah.
And then we have some Scream Stream stuff planned for 4-player stuff as well.
Yes.
Probably looking towards... I want to get an actual like schedule release too. I haven't done that yet. But we're probably looking at... there's a new Left 4 Dead thing that came out, which I think would be fun. There's also a new game that came out called... Shoot. Rick screwed me over with this because he called it something weird. I think it's called Phasmophobia. And it is a 4-player co-op game that looks kind of interesting and I've heard a lot about. Rick called it like photophobia, and it's been messing with me every time I try to think of it.
Phantasmagoria?
Yeah, Phantasmagoria?
That's not it either. That's not it either. So...
Yeah, no, good. Can recommend. I think it's going to be a really fun stream. I'm just not sure how I'm going to switch it.
Yeah, and maybe we'll bring back something else too. Like, I don't know, Dead by Daylight was fun before back in the day. Like maybe some things like that we'll play.
Left 4 Dead.
Heave ho.
I already mentioned Left Dead.
Heave ho. That's scary.
That's not scary, Eric.
Oh, come on.
It's
Only when I'm holding everyone up.
That's what's scary.
And you're like,
scary.
Aaron, don't you let go? You're just like, ah!
You son of a bitch!
So,
Joris has Rick watched Westworld? I have not. What Star Wars movie was the best since 2015 in your opinion? Huge love from France. Keep up the great work. For Eric, Ménage à Trois. I think.
Menage a trois.
What was that from?
Menage a trois.
Was that fucking like?
Jessica Jones, Daredevil, something like that, right?
It was Jessica Jones, wasn't it?
Oh, the threesome?
Yeah.
That's what
okay.
Menage a trois is, right?
That's not how you say it. How do you say it?
Huh?
You don't say menage a trois.
Menage a trois.
Yeah.
Menage a trois?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like menagerie.
Not menage. Menage.
No. Menage a trois.
Menage a. Okay. I don't know. It sounded wrong when you guys were saying it.
Menage a
Menage a
trois.
Okay.
It means a menagerie of 3.
Yes. Best Star Wars movie since 2015.
Jeez.
And that's all I can think about. Probably Rogue One.
Rogue
I
One's good.
love Rogue One.
Yeah,
I think people
I was
that
probably
have
gonna go
the
with Rogue One, too.
that have like, well, the characters are weak because of this. I'm like, the characters are like a million times more developed than Han Solo was, like in the first movie, and they got one thing. So I love Rogue One.
The toughest thing with doing prequel stuff is
Yeah.
that a lot of times, like, well, I know how X has to end.
Yeah.
We
Which
just
is,
weren't expecting it to end.
which is a tough thing.
that way.
But that's the difference. It's like, I don't
Yeah.
know how it has to end, but I know it has to end.
Mm-hmm.
So some of that kind of stuff is, what it is. But no, I like Rogue One. I liked since how long?
2015.
Since
So just basically
Disney,
in the
yeah.
new stuff.
Yeah.
So like Solo, Rogue One, the 3 movies.
Yeah.
Dude, I loved The Force Awakens.
Sure.
Like the first one,
Yeah.
I enjoyed that one a lot.
Yeah.
I had so much fun watching that. I love I love, woo, that's one hell of a pilot. Like
Yeah.
I love that. Watching Poe, like that one long shot.
It's
just
great.
It's so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
And then
I love that.
I mean, just having Harrison Ford back in the role in that movie was fantastic. Chewie, we're home. That trailer was one of the best trailers ever when they
Yeah.
showed that.
No,
Yeah.
Like
If I have to pick a whole movie, it's probably Solo.
Yeah.
If I can pick 75% of a movie, I think it's The Last Jedi.
Last Jedi, 75% of it, love it. 25% of it, I'll leave it at the door. But I love a lot of The Last Jedi. And I think people are kind of coming around on it after watching Rise of Skywalker. Which I like Rise of Skywalker too. But I only recently watched the kind of fan edit of the end of Rise of Skywalker that I think we were all thinking about and talking about after coming out of that movie, but this actually did it and showed it, and it was a million times better than what ended up happening.
I think there's some things that if you put in things into Rise of Skywalker, it just expands it so much more. You're like, it just makes it so much better, and it
Yeah.
makes it visually much better.
Yeah.
Like I have one image in my head. I think it was after you and I talked about it. Like after we watched it and stuff like that, we were like standing out back one day talking about Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
And we're like, dude, could you imagine this? And we talked about it. And I'm like, man, and I got chills. I'm getting chills
Yeah.
now. I'm thinking about the image in my head.
That thing
Yeah.
I'm talking about, someone did it.
Oh, that would
and
be
it's
really
amazing.
great. I think that'd be so good.
Yeah.
Rick, have you read Vagabond? I have not.
Nope.
There's more to that question, but it doesn't matter because I haven't read it. Pong, have you watched the Gotcha Pokemon music video? It is great.
No, it sounds like something you're like, hey, you should watch this, and then it takes me to a Rick Astley music video. They're like, ah, gotcha. Sounds like a trap. No. If it's real, I have not seen it.
Yeah. I better
it's
not
real.
sing that. We'll get taken off Twitch.
Yeah, you were pretty close. Didn't we do that for Rock Band one
We
time?
did, and it got taken off Twitch.
Yep.
It did.
What?
Yeah. The Never Gonna Give You
Someone
Up.
said
Yeah.
never gonna. I think it was Eric that sang it.
I
wasn't
sang it, and it was so good that they took it off Twitch.
It did.
Because they thought it was really
Yep.
Rick Astley.
That's what happened. They left my Gorillas on the rap.
Which arguably was better.
I have not seen the Pokemon Direct.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, I started to watch. I had a doctor's appointment this week, and I started to watch it while I was waiting for the doctor. And the doctor came in, and I was like, oh, and I never went back to it.
Yeah.
Zatanna, anyone watch the presidential debate or shouting match?
did.
I listened to most of it.
I tweeted a couple of thoughts I had.
Yeah.
And I also, if you're on Facebook, I talk about more stuff
Sure.
on Facebook. Because I feel like I can speak more freely there because it's family and friends that I can complain to.
Yeah.
rather than on Twitter where, like, it's just anybody. So
Like I actually like there's a podcast that I listen to that is just formal debates, you know? So I have like some favorite like actual debaters, like, you know, I always like the debate
you would say
team.
master
Yeah.
debaters.
Yeah, exactly, Calvin, exactly. And I, you know, like I kind of enjoy the what a sparring match can be in a formal debate.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I hated that debate.
Yeah.
That was
Shouldn't-
one of the worst things I've ever listened to.
Yeah, I've studied a little rhetoric, and I've read some of the like debate transcripts from ancient
Yeah.
Rome and stuff, and just thinking like, man, how far we've fallen.
It's pretty crazy.
yeah, no, I did. It was not what I wanted it to be.
Mm-hmm.
I even my one tweet that I put out there was that I've seen better debates on Among Us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's 8 people who can't see each other just yelling into their microphones, you know?
Like, I always liked the type of debate that like polls the audience before, and then they address the question of the debate, and then they poll them again, and you win depending on how many people switch to your side. Like they believe this and you change their mind. And I can't imagine there was one single person that changed their mind watching those 2 old men scream at each other, and then another old man screaming at them, and then them screaming at him.
I imagine that's what the point was.
Yeah, I know.
Was to prevent that from occurring.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, it's sad. It's sad.
Brendan Telford. But yeah, if you haven't, make sure you register to vote. Vote.org.
Vote.
Definitely vote.
Definitely
I mean,
vote.
I you know, there were things in that debate that I liked that I heard, but you know, you had to kind of wade through a river of shit to get to the good stuff.
Brendan Telford. I know a lot of people's views have changed on Star Wars prequels since watching Clone Wars. Rick and Calvin, would you say that this is the case with you guys?
Well, you haven't.
I haven't rewatched the prequel since. It's been decades, probably, since I've seen the prequels.
Rick, I don't want you to until we get a chance to commentate it again.
Well, I mean, until you finish Clone Wars.
Until we do it,
When we can
like
do
a full
commentary.
commentary.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you should wait,
Yeah.
and then you'll
That's
finish
a debate we need to have, a formal debate.
Yeah.
Prequels, good, bad.
All right.
I'll moderate.
Okay. you can moderate again.
I think that as time goes on,
I know
more
where the
and
mute
more and
button is.
more come to my side, Rick.
Your side.
Yeah.
What about me?
That's just because bad
Okay,
movies
our
are
side?
becoming
I'm
more in vogue than ever before.
Huh?
So the only reason is because bad movies are becoming more and more in vogue.
No. No.
Yes and no. I think there's some merits to that, and we can break that down in the debate.
Sounds
We'll
like
poll
fun.
the audience before.
But I think Clone Wars is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, at first, I was like, there's no way they can make me like this era.
Yep.
But they definitely have.
There's some of the highest of highs, and then
What makes it
some of the lowest of lows that I truly enjoy things I didn't like more because
Like-
of the way you two react to them.
Like sea level, seawater low.
Seawater species level.
Yes.
Oh yes. God. But like it's one of those things where like, you know, holy shit, me thinking this way, i.e. laughing at YouTube being disappointed, legitimately makes it like it more, and I already kind of liked it.
Yeah.
Man, that's why Rick and I hate on
It-
things so
it
much
probably is.
because then we like things so much based on how much they
Yeah.
hate things. So our love and hate is just like
Yeah.
It's good.
I
But,
don't think
I mean, if you
anything
wanna look-
will ever get me around to Jar Jar, though.
Yeah, I know, but I caught you laughing.
I don't think it's possible.
Watch Jar Jar with your daughter and see what you think.
I'll have to.
I think that you'll be surprised.
I don't get the hatred for Jar Jar and Gungans. Like, they're
Yeah,
good.
I'm just saying, man. Lucas purposely made.
It's not even Gungans so much. It's just Jar Jar.
I know the Gungans are fierce warriors.
Yeah, the Gungans seem all right for the most
Like
part.
no question, we'll go. How about these strangers?
Right.
Ah, and they go and die. You know.
Yeah, Tarple?
Yeah.
Man, that one.
I know.
Woo!
Yeah.
Sacrifice! Oh, so
good.
fucking good. I'm getting
So
chills
good.
right now.
If you hate
There's-
Gungans, there's something wrong with
There's
And-
so many things that are made for kids
know.
that I love.
I understand.
So I don't think you can just say, well, he's for kids.
I understand.
can't.
We should say too now that if you watch the Clone Wars that went up on YouTube, you have the ability to watch the next 4 right now at Patreon,
If Patreon allows you.
if you can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just give
If
us a
they're
bell.
behaving.
Thank you for your support. Thank you.
Yes.
When the poll for the scary movies reactions came out, which that Texas Chainsaw Massacre will be coming out soon, and that's one you don't want to miss.
Yeah, that's going
Gosh.
to be up on Saturday, I think.
I was thinking about the scariest movies I've seen, and In the Mouth of Madness came to mind. Have any of you seen it? I have. It's the Sam Neill movie. It's Lovecraftian in nature. I don't think it's a brilliant movie, but I had a lot of fun watching it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's. There was another Sam Neill movie we were talking about, right?
You're thinking Event Horizon.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Event Horizon was terrible.
Event Horizon has a lot of really good ideas.
I liked it.
It's just not executed super well.
I don't remember. I mean, I don't remember a whole lot.
I mean,
The last time I remember watching it, it was.
I feel like there's a director's cut to that
Super.
movie that's amazing.
It could be. It very well could be.
I
But
feel like there's a really well done review. I mean, I've never seen the movie that you could like lead with, because the Event Horizon is past the point of no return, right?
Yeah.
You're skirting the line, and then you've hit the Event Horizon. So it has those good ideas, and then it goes into the black hole.
And Sam Neill gets me through a lot.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite actors
That's
ever.
true. Man. Pea blinders.
I'm gonna say something real quick here to D Noop.
Yes.
Who's just saying how long does it take to unlock content? I've subscribed and still seeing the unlock Patreon button. Make sure that you need to make a login account for the website for you, and then connect that to the Patreon that you used to subscribe previously. So make sure that you go click login, connect those, and then once the charge goes through, if it hasn't yet, you'll get it unlocked.
Yeah, as long as you're logged in to the website, you should be okay. But the payment processing on the first of the month, a lot of those get in queued, so it can take them 24 to 48 hours to process.
Yeah.
So that's likely your problem.
Never mind. Don't answer. He just said Halloween 3 is a great scary movie. Take back our advice.
Yep.
Okay.
Refund his pledge.
Halloween. Yeah. Hopefully that fixes it, or it will go through eventually. Here, just give it some time. We're having the same issue with roles on Discord.
He says, yeah, I'm linked. But yeah, it's most likely Patreon's payment processing.
Yeah, give us some time. If it's not happening, just contact us. We'll take care of it for you.
Darkwing asked something we've been asked before. I think if any of you could watch a TV show you've already reacted to again for the first time, which would it be?
A TV show for the first time.
A TV show again for the first time.
Black Sails.
Ooh. That's not bad.
I don't think I would do any, because I like rewatching things a lot.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like I've already had that experience. Now I want to have the fifth time watching it experience.
For me, it might be Fringe, so that I could watch it on the channel because I've already seen it. But that's what reactions are for, so you can experience something for the first time, kind of, with other people. And I want these guys to do it.
Yeah, in that case, it would be Yuri on Ice, probably. And I'd watch it with Maggie on reaction.
Man, I don't know. I'm trying to think of things like Avenger or Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. would be really cool. I'm also thinking about some other things. Like, even though I've seen Psych, I'm rewatching Psych, and I'm laughing so much at some things.
Yeah.
It's great. But I'm like, would I be laughing more if I hadn't seen this already? But it's been such a gap that I kind of forget what happened in a lot of things,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But I'll be watching, I'll be like, oh man, I bet the killer's this person. And I'll be like, yeah, I was right. But was I right because I already knew it? Or was I right like because I remembered it? Or just because I guessed it, you know? So, I don't know.
Also, Eric, Blind Wave supporter says,
Fixed.
don't want to be a...
I did it.
Good.
I saw it too. Thank you. That is something that we should say too about all the Patreon stuff, is that especially on this first day, there were like a million moving parts.
Yeah.
So I'm
Eric was
sure
slacking
that
a
there's
lot.
something wrong.
I
so
saw him out back smoking.
I'm just nervous. I need to get it done.
She's shaking.
But anyway, so I appreciate. Who was it that said that, Calvin?
Blind Wave
Patreon
supporter.
supporter. Or Blind Wave supporter, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. For the heads
Gotcha.
up.
I appreciate that. So Fate 019 was available to people, but now it is locked up behind the appropriate thing. And if anybody sees that, one, tell your friends and take advantage of it, but then please tell us so that we can fix
so that
those
your
things.
enemies can't take advantage of it.
Yes. So
true.
it should be fixed now. Like, you know, you probably can't see it very well on this camera, but like, I have like this whole notebook full of shit that I needed to do, and it's like,
Oh, yeah. You can see it.
it feels like it's a serial killer's notebook, like crossing off names as I go. And
Sam-
that was all that.
Sam asked, did one of you guys watch What We Do in the Shadows, movie or TV show? I've seen the movie and I loved it.
No, I've been saving myself.
I haven't seen any of it. That's
Calvin, you sound like you're gonna lose your virginity.
that's tough. That's Tika
watching the
Waititi,
show?
isn't it?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
What is that show?
It's like a vampire thing.
Yeah.
Isn't some?
It's a vampire mockumentary.
It's
Taka
it's a
does it.
mockumentary.
Taka Waititi.
Taika.
Taika.
Waititi.
Tika.
No, I haven't seen it. Don't know it.
Interesting thought, says Mass Casa. Do beards protect you from slaps better? A little, but also having a beard just toughens up your face because you
It
like
does.
comb it and you get the knots out and everything.
Yeah.
And it just makes
Yeah.
your skin tougher.
No, because when it gets too big, we know it's gonna cushion it, and people aim for the skin, which is in
Yeah.
higher locations and worse places.
Which is neck and eye.
But you know
And
what?
forehead.
What it does kind of do is it always makes people disappointed with their slap because they think this is the appropriate amount, but it doesn't feel satisfying to hit it at this amount. You know,
no
Yeah.
noise. You don't get the noise.
you don't get the
Yeah, you
noise.
don't get the-
So they hit you, and then they're like, "Oh man, I feel like they're gonna think I'm a
hit you
wimp
hard
now
enough.
or something." You know, even though it might hurt. But so at least you win psychologically.
True. Chelsea Black Onyx, Rick, what's your thoughts on crunch in the gaming industry? Well, I don't think it's just to the gaming industry. I think it's to a lot of IT fields.
Oh yeah, the visual effects industry experiences crunch like insanely, and they don't
Yeah.
get
So I think almost any technology field does it, and that's really the only experience that I have in it. But like, I haven't had to do this, but I know one of my bosses would tell stories about like they would bring a cot into the server room because like they were doing this migration or whatever, and like they would sleep for a little bit, you know, right there in the server room, and then
Yeah.
like wake up and still continue to do stuff. So
Yeah.
it's not something that just happens in the gaming industry. I think that the gaming industry can use like the promise of like a dream job to justify things that they probably shouldn't be doing to employees or the
Yeah.
amounts that they pay them. I think that is definitely a problem. I don't think crunch itself is the problem, but I think that companies that are making a lot of money on these games aren't necessarily spreading that out as
Yeah.
evenly as they should be to the developers.
A lot of it is going to the top.
I mean, I can be sympathetic with a producer or like you know somebody that's making the decision. Here's your deadline, because you know George Lucas is famous for saying that he doesn't release movies; they escape.
Yeah.
You know, like I have to make this deadline, or I will work on it forever. I.e., he sometimes will continue working on it even after he's released it. You know,
He's done that.
That's why
he's
special
done it
editions
before.
exist.
Like once you get enough money, baby, I'll just keep going. You know, but like you know, so there is that idea of like you have to have a deadline because if not, you'll tinker and tinker and tinker and tinker. You're never going to be finished. You know.
Yeah.
Say tinkle.
Tinker. What did I think? What do you think I saw? Said
I think the first thing that you said was tinkle, tinker,
They
tinker,
tinkle,
tinker.
tinkle, and tinkle.
tinker, tinker. Yeah. So I get that, but you can develop some. What would be the right word? You can develop like some certain strategies that take advantage of people that are lower on the totem pole that have to just do some grunt work. You know, happens a lot in the visual effects industry, especially on television shows because they're producing one a week. You know.
Yeah. Well, I almost did that to you guys because at first I was like, well, if we want to fix this navigation, we're going to have to go through all these
Yeah.
videos and change everything.
Yeah.
And like that would have been the grunt work way to do it. But
Like
instead-
some of my favorite TV shows, like they'll have a certain amount of budget for visual effects, so they have to literally go like, all right, so what can we spend here, 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 and here, you know, and like, all right, we'll spend all of our money we can here because it needs to look amazing. Here we'll throw a couple $100s to some visual effects guy in India because it's not that big of a deal. It's just an exit shot, pretty much, you know. But then you'll get, you know, a smartass going like, "Look how terrible the effects of this! But this is lowbrow stuff. Look at this one shot from this 1 second from this 30-minute TV show, you know." And that really grinds my gears because like the guy that worked on that shot was probably just one person. It delivered. He commissioned. He might have made $400, you know, for
Yeah.
17 hours of work or something like that. So, you know, it sucks for those people, but I can also be sympathetic to like, here's the budget, here's the time you got, we do what we gotta do, and still have a quality product that we can say is art and not just something you're shitting out, you know?
yeah. All right. Comcast. Rick, what's your hair routine? Well, I have like a coconut oil shampoo and conditioner that I use. I only shampoo it once or twice a week.
Yeah.
I condition it every time I take a shower, and then I put some like raw coconut oil on it after.
Gotcha.
And it just curls like this on its own.
Yeah.
Curly. Some of these questions, I'm like, all right.
I've been recently using pomade in my hair.
Pomade.
Yeah, because I've never. I usually just wake up and go, but because my hair is longer now and it gets like frizzy because I wash it every day. I used to not wash it every day, but I wash it every day now, and it just gets like my hair will just like do this. This goes out, not like a fro. Yeah,
I'm offended that you watch it every day now.
sure.
Yeah, because you didn't do that when I lived with you.
No, I didn't. Most people will recommend not to wash your hair every day.
At least don't
It's
shampoo
actually
it every
pretty good
day.
for your hair not to wash it every day, but I do
Yeah.
because I also will smoke a cigar and it gets my hair. I don't want to make Jancy smell it or something, you know.
I don't wash
So-
mine every day,
Yeah.
but I also don't. I don't always take a shower every day either.
No, I get you.
You know?
So anyway, I've been using pomade and that's been nice. I like it. I was just using like a gel, and it was like hard and crusty and crinkly.
Gel dries your hair out a lot too.
Yeah, I just didn't
Yeah.
like it, but I just been using like a pomade.
Warrior 10, is there a mega movie poll to choose what movies get on the actual polls, like the mega show one? Keep an eye out on Patreon. There might be something like that
Yeah.
We haven't had anything like that yet, but it could be something we could.
someday. Ben's Pajamas, keep the sports anime hype alive after Haikyuu. Related question, which of you can run the fastest mile?
I don't know.
Probably me.
Probably.
Yeah. Next question.
Yeah, you've got all those energy reserves.
I'm doing
do.
Ring Fit right now,
do.
so I'm running with that in place.
I've been working out, but not necessarily aerobic-y stuff.
Yeah.
But I
Well-
have been doing some walks with Melanie and stuff. But
Okay, go with my logic here. Okay, I used to carry around with me like an extra 105 pounds. So I trained myself to move with that on, and now I've shed that weight. So much like Goku, when he takes off his weighted clothing, he's just like a million times faster, like approaching the speed of light.
Yeah.
yeah, but how long has
similar
it
to
been
that.
that your muscles may have gotten used to the new weight and they're not ready for that extra weight?
No,
Yeah.
they just been perfectly upkept since then.
I've seen videos of sumo wrestlers running,
Yeah,
and it's terrifying.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
like
fast.
they're just
They can sprint.
they're just amazing athletes.
Yeah.
You know, they have all this
They're
weight
wasted on
them.
cross country,
Yeah,
but they're great sprinters.
they're great sprinters.
Yeah.
Aaron asks, when will the Avengers multiplayer happen on group stream? Have you all progressed in the story since the first stream?
I have not. Part of the thing is that we wanted to do the storyline stuff for it, and I don't think any of us have played any more of the Avengers storyline.
I haven't
Yeah.
caught up to where you guys are.
So it was kind of like, okay, so what do we do? I want to do the multiplayer aspect of it at some point, but I also want to play the storyline, and there has been nowhere to get the storyline fitted in with what else was going on at the time of launch.
I mean, yeah, but between our normal like reaction stuff, our extra reaction stuff because of what we did today, streams and all that, I just sometimes don't have time to play.
Yeah, I kind of wanted someone to play the story on stream just
Yeah.
to have it done, but I wasn't sure who or when, and maybe at some point we can get to the multiplayer aspect of it, because that's what looked really fun to me, was the multiplayer of fighting and working together, because I loved, Marvel's, what was it called, Rick?
Ultimate Alliance?
Ultimate Alliance.
I love that, but the thing I hate about that is that when you get too far away, the screen locks. You
Yeah.
only get one screen. This being able to be my own character while working with everyone else, I thought would be really cool.
Yeah, I haven't played it at all.
Yeah, I've been playing other games. I've been going through Apollo Justice with Evie. I've been playing Divinity 2 with Mag, and I've been playing through Hades as well,
Nice.
which is quite good. It's a roguelike that I need to talk about more someday, but I'm barely into it because I haven't had time. Eric, where have you gotten in the old God of War?
Oh man, I am in God of War 2. I recently awoken the Phoenix and rode that Phoenix up to the Temple of the Fates. Is where I'm at in God of War 2.
Nice.
Yep,
Mewtwo.
a lot of boobies in that one.
Yes.
A lot of boobies.
Is it one of the games where you gotta climb, like,
Out of hell.
you gotta climb something and there's like a bunch of boobies on it?
Oh
Is
man,
that,
Titty
is that a
tube?
thing? Am I
I
remembering that
haven't
correctly?
gotten there yet. If there is,
I don't know.
I've climbed out of hell
I'm pretty
twice.
sure you're thinking of Dante's Inferno.
Titty Tube.
That's what it is. I think it's Dante's
Titty
Inferno.
tube.
You're
Yeah.
climbing a thing and just like
I'm pretty sure you're
titties.
thinking of Dante's
TittyTube.com.
Inferno.
Oh, no, it's not a tube. You're climbing a titty.
So if you want to play a God of
Come-
War game that has more titties, Dante's Inferno.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll do that.
There are titties in there.
Did you ever see the movie for that? They
No.
made like an animation thing, didn't
No, I
they?
don't think I did.
I never did either. Mewtwo made me do it. If you had to choose a mythological feature to figure to summon as your servant in Fate, is there one that you'd enjoy?
Kratos, God of War, as a berserker.
That's not real.
I gave the perfect answer the last time, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, Musashi Miyamoto.
Yeah.
Yes. As Saber.
Fucking, I tried to say Batman last time, and you guys jumped down my throat. Like fucking, you can't do that. He's fake.
He's not mythological.
Arthur,
That works.
how?
What do you mean? Because it's a mythos.
It's modern mythology.
JJ Fox, will we have a reaction highlight for Squadron's gameplay of campaign on YouTube? Who will stream the campaign?
Yeah, well, one of our editors has been working on doing highlights for our group streams. The group streaming we had last week, which was Among Us, we'll actually have a highlight of that tomorrow on YouTube. So I'm sure we'll have Squadrons done as well.
Yeah. I have an idea. I'm gonna write it down. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
All right. Flame,
Early access? Because I already thought of that. I don't think we should do it.
Flame Knight Gaming. Did you see the WWE Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso? I haven't watched WWE. I will not watch WWE. But I heard about it on podcasts. I think Roman Reigns should have been heel a long time ago. I think it sounds like he's making a great heel, which is awesome. But it's just WWE to like they should have turned him heel 4 years ago.
Yeah.
But he comes back from cancer. He's the biggest baby face in the world, and now they turn him heel.
Now he's the heel.
So, what can you do? But I hope he's having fun, and
Rick,
I
we
hope
need
he's
to-
staying safe as well.
We should watch that Stephen Amell show when that finally comes out.
Yeah.
Called Heel,
Yeah.
where it's about independent wrestling. Yeah.
You should.
I think that'd be fun.
I like Stephen Amell.
Yeah. I listened to, recently
You like
to
wrestling?
I've been trying to catch up on the Michael Rosenbaum podcast, and I listened to his recently. It's pretty cool.
There have been some more COVID outbreaks in the wrestling industry as well, so hopefully they all
Yeah.
recover and stay safe. Mass Casa, new show, Blind Wave Debates. Take turns moderating and use polls to select topics.
That's our
Yeah.
new show that we have.
Debates. I'd like doing debates, especially ones that like. One of my favorite things to do in debates is debate the opposite topic. Like I always find that to be a good way of like trying to honestly like, am I right or am I wrong about my belief in something? You know, and can I be convinced on the other side? So like taking a subject, and I have to debate the thing I actually don't believe about that subject, and can I win if I do that? You know, regardless of it. And sometimes you can like really challenge yourself. So that might be fun, or it might just be fun to do other stuff too.
Yeah, I think there's some because back in the beginning of this year we had announced that we were planning some podcast releases
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and I think within those we were talking about like some different debate ideas we
We
could
were.
have on topics, such as if we ever had a Star Wars podcast where we could have are the prequels good
Yep.
or bad, you know,
Yeah.
and that could be a debate had on that
Exactly.
podcast. But
That could be like a weekly debate.
with COVID and all the other stuff we've been doing and so much stuff tossed around, like that's all been pushed back.
Yeah.
So there could be some with that, but it's possible.
Ghost Hunt stream on Phasmophobia win, please. Keep an eye out on October.
Yeah, like I said, I'll try to get a like schedule launched of what the Scream stream schedule is going to be, and also I need to get added in down below. There'll be the little bit, like widget where you can select what sound you want. You'll be able to test what the sound is, and then you'll be able to offer bits to make those sounds occur in game to possibly scare whoever's playing at the time.
Yes.
So should be fun. I'm looking forward to it, and yeah, not this Friday, but one of the following Fridays we'll be having that being played. Maybe next Friday.
Have you seen Enola Holmes? I haven't. That might be something we put on a poll after October's done.
Yep.
Yeah, I have not seen it yet. No.
Did you guys see that Mark Hamill said that the debate was worse than the holiday special? LOL.
Yes.
I did.
I did see
Yeah.
that.
Specifically, he said like that was one of the worst things I've ever seen, and I was in the holiday special.
He was. There's been a few of those that have been very
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah.
For Rick, have you heard of Bloodsport Wrestling Event? It is a screw, and then just stops. I have not heard of that, but I have seen the movie Bloodsport, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
I wonder if they went to like hit enter or something to like
Shift
to
enter.
drop it down or something, and I don't know. That's weird.
I'm not sure.
It is a SCR.
Have you guys heard of Infinity Trainers by Owen Dennis? If not, it would be a good show to watch with your kids. Never heard of it.
No, I don't know what that is.
Nope.
I'll have to try to look into it,
Infinity Trainers.
see what it's about.
Calvin, what is your hair routine?
I shower probably twice a week. I don't always wash my hair, depending on whether it's dry or oily. And then I always condition it. And a lot of times I use it's like a charcoal leave-in scalp moisturizer. Like a little dropper of it, and I do that. And I do use a coconut oil conditioner as well.
Frost Dragon, what would you think of making a video after you finish Clone Wars, just talking about your experience with the show?
That may be possible.
We've done
I
that
mean,
a few times.
We haven't done it with shows that are continuing. I know people are like, hey, you guys should do it with Doctor Who. But Doctor Who was coming back, and there was going to be more Doctor Who. With shows that have, like, officially ended, we did that with, like, Avatar, I believe, and
Black
maybe
Sails.
Korra, Black Sails. Like, we've done that kind of stuff before. So, it could be something we do. There's still more, like, Star Wars stuff that we want to do, though, as well, which
Oh, yeah.
may...
Got
also-
the Mandalorian at the end of this month. Yes. We can say that.
Woo! Man. It's gonna be
I
good.
know.
Gonna be real good.
Last one I have, and then I'll get to bits and donations, which I'm sure we'll have some questions as well. Jimmy Flamingo, what is your hair routine, Aaron?
I
Glue.
shower...
I'm sorry.
whenever-
I'm sorry. That was mean.
Glue?
I'm sorry.
I mean, I shower whenever. It gets tough with 4 kids that sometimes I come home and I'm doing other things, and then it gets late, and I'm like, I'll do it later. So sometimes it's in the morning, sometimes it's at night. It varies. But usually whenever I do take my shower, I just use shampoo. I have a couple things that I use for shampoo-wise. I don't really have a conditioner. Like, one of them is like a biotin thing that's supposed to be healthy for hair.
That's a conditioner.
No, it's a shampoo. It's a biotin shampoo.
Well, it's a 2-in-1 then.
I don't know.
Because like biotin it's like the stuff that helps your hair follicles and
So
stuff.
I have that. I started stealing, I think it's the Baba's. There's like this weird pink thing that has little bristles on it, and I use it in my hair.
Oh.
Because that's what you're supposed to use it for.
Okay.
So like, it's supposed to help like get dirt out of your scalp and different things like that. I don't know if I told her that or not. I think I did.
Well, she knows now.
She knows now. So
Everyone's tagging her.
so
She just says ...
I've used that sometimes, but otherwise I don't really have a conditioner that I use or anything.
All right.
I have beard stuff that I do in the shower. There's
Yeah.
like a beard shampoo thing, and then I oil it when I get out.
It's really good.
So
All right, let's get to these bits and donations. TK7423 is subscribed for the first time. Thank you very much.
Oh, Stormtrooper, thank you.
Thank you, TK7423.
Jasmine Booth, resubscribed for 31 months.
Thank you, Jasmine.
Tintin Who, 15 months.
1010, thank you.
Thank you, Tin Tin.
Joseph T. Spicer, 8 months, almost a blonde wave baby.
Just
Indeed.
Thank
spicy.
you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Miss Timmy Fantastico, 17 months, so ready for Scream streams.
Yes. Good.
Yes.
I hope you guys have fun with it. It was a lot of fun last year.
Yep.
I know people
always
have been
fun.
enjoying it.
Scream streams as well.
There was Scream Squad. Is that what there was?
Scream Squad,
Dude,
yeah.
I think last year too, after October, Scream Squad is when all the squat squads started happening.
It
That's
did.
when all that
Really?
stuff took off,
Yep.
and everyone was like, "Give them squats now!"
It was
You're
terrible.
right.
so
It was only me.
terrible.
it was you.
It
for
was
a long
only
time.
me. I think the record is still 270.
That's
And-
insane.
That's nuts.
I would not have done that.
You're not dedicated to the fans, Eric.
I'm not.
Yeah, Eric doesn't. He's not dedicated. Give him squats. Make him do them. Ride if he doesn't.
All
Ride
right,
it.
I know. Hold
Ride
on.
it.
I'm fixing something with the Patreon.
Sure.
I mean right now.
Sure.
During a stream.
Telvido, 15 months. Thank you very much.
Thank you. 15.
John Z. In who? 6 months. Lost hype.
Lost.
No, right now. Not right now. Calm down.
Wildcat, 200 bits.
Thank you, Wildcat.
Digital Nick, 200 bits. Love you guys.
Thank you, Nick.
We love you too. Aaron A25, 27 months.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gurren Logan, 100 bits.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Darren.
Thank you.
Rats Rage, gifted 10 tier 1 subs.
Thank you, Wrath Rage.
Thank you very much. Fox, resubscribed for 34 months.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jim Rink, 4 months. Loved that the changes to Patreon. Came home from work expecting 1 new episode of Clone Wars. Was treated to 4.
Aha!
Thank you for all the great work you guys do.
Enjoy.
Yes.
Wildcat, 100 bits.
Thank you, Wildcat.
Skinner, 18 months.
Skinner.
Gurren Logan, 15 bits.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mascasa, 100 bits.
Thank you,
Mas
Mascasa.
Jedi Chicks, 7 months.
Thank you
Thank
for
you,
the
Jedi.
7 months.
Stormy Boy, 15 months. Hope you guys are doing good.
You too.
Yes. Hope you're doing well as well.
Katie, 120, 100 bits. The stuff you do to bring us entertainment still astounds me, guys, especially during this crazy year. So thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Clone Army, resubscribed for 7 months.
Thank you, Clone Army.
Thank you.
Captain Fishlip, 17 months.
Thank you, Fish Lips.
Frankie, 0404 for the first time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Aldovra, 17 months. Awesome start of October with the Patreon news. I already can't wait for November's Eric's God of War playthrough will continue.
Yes.
Thank you.
Speaking of which, I have 10, 20, 30 squats, most of which say Aaron, because you forced Eric to do Scream Stream instead of God of War. Ha ha ha.
Yep.
Aaron, because Eric said we should shout at you for the God of War delay. Aaron, for taking God of War from us. However, there are squats 10, 20, 30 for Eric that say Eric, because you didn't own your Blind Wave leadership and ignore Aaron in the Scream Stream.
Yeah.
Eric, because lost hype.
I was just trying
Eric.
to be a team player.
So you got 30 squats.
Oh, lost hype? Fuck yeah. How many?
And
30.
I got 30 squats.
I have 30?
Yeah.
We both
For lost, baby.
You
both have 30.
For lost.
That's worth it just for that.
BK, resubscribed for 6 months. Take my money.
Thank you, BK.
Falcon King, 6 months. Rick made the superior name. That was back with Nip It in the Bud.
Thank you, Falcon King.
Tori, 249 bits. Happy Thursday. So happy I can call myself a Fortnite rider now.
Yes, Tori.
And now I have a bunch of extra videos to watch after the stream is done.
Thank you. And
Ben's Pajamas,
Enjoy.
25 bits.
thank you, Ben.
Do you guys say pajamas or pajamas?
I say pajamas.
Bananas and pajamas? No? Not that one? All right. Alex the Great, gifted 5 subs.
Thank you, Alex.
Anna, 18 months.
Ooh, 18 months. Thank you, Anna. What?
Raul Rudy Martinez, 37 months. When are we going to get Jancy in a reaction series?
She's been in mailbag a couple times.
That's not a reaction.
I know.
It's true.
She reacted to the gifts.
Gustavo,
The gifts.
Gustavo
you, Raul.
Bruno, 23 months.
Thank you, Gustavo. Gustav.
Hilding, 100 bits. Weekly loving.
Thank you, Hilden.
Thank you.
Tattoo Mo, 15 months. Hey guys, I'm also a $10 patron for 15 months, so I've got some things to watch. Thanks for all the laughs in these grimy times. Keep doing what you do.
Woohoo, thank
Thank
you.
you. Eric, I missed squats for you. 10 more for Eric, because I just got my bar license and I am a blood-sucking lawyer, as you would say.
Yes. Congratulations.
My dad would say that.
Then I
Yeah.
have 10 sit-ups for Aaron God of War stream and 10 push-ups for Aaron because stealing from Dababa.
Eric and I have a new love for lawyers because of Legal Eagle
Yeah,
I love Legal Eagle, too.
and Cal.
Have you seen a lockpicking lawyer?
I have.
I have.
He's not a lawyer.
No, now I'll never be able to watch it again.
Have you seen Judge Dredd? Because he is all those things.
That's true.
He's Judge, Judy, and Executioner.
His lockpick is his foot.
Say Judge Judy and the Executioner?
Yeah. Like Judge, Jury, and Executioner.
Morlon, 500 bits. Squadrons hype.
Morlon, thank you. Squadrons.
Indeed. Index Sage shared 100 bits. I just now became a $15 patron. Woot woot.
Woohoo!
I like it that he gave us money to tell us that he gave us money.
Thank you so much, Indexation.
Thank you for the support.
Dip.
Calvin, you might move.
I might move. You're right. I might. I might not.
Dip, 100 bits. Hi guys, can't stay.
I'll move.
Bit busy today, but just want to say awesome work with the new Patreon stuff. Thanks for all the awesome content.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mas Casa, 300 bits. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mascasa.
And then another 100 on top of that.
Ooh, 400.
Chris Fizz, 200 bits. This year is the only year without a Marvel movie since 2009, since Black Widow got delayed to 2021.
Yeah,
Yep.
you're right.
Interesting
Holy
fact.
shit. Man, I didn't think about that.
Has there not been any animated Marvel movies that came out this year?
I don't know. But that doesn't count.
I guess not.
They're not MCU, right?
MCU.
Yeah.
Brother Tone, resubscribed tier 3 for 40 months. More for my dollar on Patreon. Yay! New
Yay.
$15 tier. Guess here goes even more of my paycheck straight to Blind Wave. Speaking of, what do I get for $25 on Twitch? Oh, yeah. And then 2 emotes.
Oh, nice.
Thank you so much.
I'll work on that.
That's one of the things that we've been putting off, doing this stuff.
Tyrant Dragon, resubscribed for 2 months. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
KSO, 66 bits. Hey guys, I am Travis Scott. Just want to let you know that the Travis Scott meal is only $6.
Okay.
I don't get the reference. I'm sure there is one. I'm not getting it, but thank you, Travis.
Thank you, Travis.
Thank you.
Name sounds familiar.
Huh? I wasn't listening. I'm sorry.
Jangus has subscribed for the first time.
Let me look here.
Thank you, Jengas.
Jam4182 has subscribed for the first time.
Jam. We've been jammed.
Miss Karen Sita resubscribed for 6 months.
Thank you, Karencita.
And finally, Sandman shared 5 bits. Hey guys, sorry I couldn't make the podcast today. My dad passed away on Tuesday, and I've been busy.
I'm sorry.
sorry for your loss.
Sorry to hear that. And that's all I got. That's all the exercises too?
That's all the exercises and redemptions. Also, now that I've read this, Travis Scott was the McDonald's meal thing, but I don't really know what that is or why it's a thing.
Oh, it's a reference to the ads playing on Twitch.
Oh, okay.
Ah, okay.
So thank you for
All
the
right.
explanation.
Well, we are going to be back tomorrow playing Star Wars Squadrons. We're starting early, so clear your calendar.
Yep.
Keep an eye out on Twitch and Twitter.
Should be
to see
starting
when
about
exactly
noon.
that's going to start. What was that, Calvin?
I said we should be starting around noon.
Yes.
Give us a
early.
plan.
Early is the plan. Gotta do the boys.
There will also be a YouTube announcement video like we usually do for most things, and probably social media announcements as well.
Yeah,
So
and Discord as
you
well.
guys will know whenever it hits. So
Yes.
hopefully join us. We'll see what we're doing exactly because it hasn't launched yet, so I don't know how story and multiplayer work with that, but we'll do something.
Saturday, I'm going to start off Scream Stream with Resident Evil 7, starting at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so also be sure to come and check that out, too.
All right.
Looks like you have something to say.
End the video because I got pee.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Is that
Thank
what
you
you've been
so
rocking?
much. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye, guys. Oh, he's peeing.